Just this time, he is on the practice squad. Zone game of the week happening tonight. Pre-game's going to begin at 6:45 at Centennial and Independence. Go at it right here on the Zone. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air Friday afternoon in the Music City. Brent Doherty with you. I got Ron Slay right here.
Get fried. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 Good and hot in the building, too, baby.
Scoreboard Bar and Grill. That's where we are, the original location at Opryland. Music Valley Drive.
That's right.
And we are out in the back patio with a bunch of people looking at us drinking while we are not.
And we're trying to entertain while they drink.
Yeah.
I guess they entertaining us.
Yeah, shots on Ekibop. That's what's happening. Rich Ferris is here. Kirby's here. Ron Slay's here.
Definitely. Most definitely.
Got your UT orange shirt on. You ready?
I almost wore my chain, man. I left it in the truck, though, because it's so warm. I thought one of my diamonds might melt off of it.
It is warm in here, so dress appropriately.
Yeah, but if you sit by the window, you ready.
I mean, if you want to go tank top and booty shorts, that's probably a good thing.
It's welcome. It's welcome.
But, hey, we got a lot of college football to get into, a lot of
Yes.
NFL talk to get into as well. And I don't know, man. Last night did pretty well.
Break down, baby, the parsley. We rolling.
Matt Rule in Nebraska gave Minnesota all they wanted.
Didn't they, man?
Came down to the wire. Minnesota gets the win, but Nebraska gets the cover.
Yes, they do.
What was the other one? The over-under in Central Florida game?
Yep. Central Florida and Kent State, I believe, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah. I think it was at 55. What's the name? Central Florida scored 56 on their own. So,
and then the Florida game went about as we said it would.
Yep.
I feel like we broke that one down pretty good.
We did, man. We
and
did.
The Gators have problems up front.
A lot of them. And that's one thing. Like, it was a Florida Gator texting me last night, and he said, man, honestly, this is the first time watching this Florida team that I feel like we're unathletic out there. I said, whoa.
I thought the same thing.
Like, wow, that's saying a lot. In the state of Florida alone, y'all.
There was an early pass that went for a first down to a tight end across the middle.
Yep.
And they had a camera shot from behind the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And watching those defensive players react didn't look like Florida Gator football to me.
It didn't, man. It didn't. And that's a shame to see. But at the same time, as a Vol, that's a great thing to see.
I was wondering.
No, I'm just saying it for my Florida fans.
You went analyst for a second, and then you went right back into it.
Yeah, screw them, baby. I want them to suffer in that water, that little murky water down there. But it tells you just what Anthony Richardson brought to him, too. We said that, like, you take that dynamic out of it, might have been like that last year.
Here's the thing, too. Like, Graham Mertz did try to run a little bit. And I'm like, man, I turned to my buddy. I was like, hey, man, if he runs the ball 30 times this year, he's not finishing. Like, he's not getting to 30 rushing it. Because he's not fast and he's not athletic, so he gets pounded.
Yeah, he can't dodge the hits and everything like that.
And he got sacked 5 times, and he got up slowly. And I mean, I don't know. He was 31 of 44, Graham Mertz, the Wisconsin transfer to Florida. 31 of 44, 333 yards, a very quiet 333 to me.
Very quiet.
1 touchdown, 1 interception. Here's the problem. One problem. Florida ran the ball exceptionally well last year. We talked about this.
Yep.
Yesterday, Montrell Johnson and Trevor Etienne, both coming back, last year averaged 5.5 yards per carry, more than 1,500 combined rush yards between those two, and 16 touchdowns. You know what they did last night?
What?
10 for 31.
That's tough.
10 for 31.
That's tough. That's really Florida waving the white flag like, hey, man, we can't get it done like this. We can't run the ball. We're going to have to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And that wasn't it. That wasn't it, man.
Utah won with its third-string quarterback, Bryson Barnes, 12 of 18, 159 yards and a touchdown. Hit the 80, was it 80-yarder at the beginning?
Yeah, the beginning,
Very first play.
To the house.
Yeah. Nate Johnson also getting some action for Utah, 45 yards, 1 touchdown rushing. And it looks like Cam Rising's coming back to practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he'll be back.
That's how you let him hold down the fort. That's why Coach told him, hey, man, you're not playing, dog. I got this. I seen something on film that I got. And I know Billy Napier. We got him, y'all. I believe in this Utah team. We are Pac-12 champions, which is now the Pac-2. We are Pac-2 champions out here holding it down. But don't worry. It's at home. Hey, and give props to that crowd. Did you see the Florida player come out in on social media and put little odd crowd? That's what he put. Yeah, that's what he put on Instagram. And that crowd showed up for them, too. So there wasn't no little-ass crowd no more.
Yeah.
They showed him.
Well, I mean, they've won 29 consecutive non-conference games there. They've won, 15 consecutive openers there.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to be quiet. Just be quiet going out there, man.
Where did that confidence come from?
Like, what have y'all done?
The over-under win total was 5.
Come on, dog. That's what I'm saying.
They've had losing records the last 2 years for the first time since the 70s.
Absolutely.
Losing records in the SEC the last 2 years for the first time since the 50s.
That's a lot going on, Euro, what you saying.
Little ass crowd.
Yeah, not no more.
24-11, the final score. Number 14, Utah wins. Florida hosts McNeese State next Saturday at 6:30. Then the Vols get the Gators.
Yeah. Boy, they setting it up. They setting this up to be a good time. This is how I felt going into LSU. Ooh, like, hey, dog, you can feel something brewing. Now, we ain't played the game yet. Just for what we got coming back, though, I'm just saying, depending on how we do Virginia, Florida, y'all might want to look out, baby.
Listen, Tennessee cannot play well against Virginia and still blow them out.
Right. Yeah, so
I did a lot of research this morning on that team, and look, that school and that
struggle
has been through a lot, but, man, they are bad. Okay, they're bad up front on offense. Mm-hmm. They're going to try to run the ball. If they can't run the ball, they've got a transfer quarterback from Monmouth College is their quarterback.
Really?
Their defensive line's okay, but their best defensive lineman is out with a knee injury.
Wow.
It's going to be ugly at Nissan Stadium from a Virginia perspective.
Wow. Vols by 100.
Before we get too far into this show, this is a Friday edition. Slay's got the towel out.
Yeah, it's going down, baby. Friday.
The sweat towel. 615-737-1045. John is in the borough. John, what's up?
What's up, fellas? You know, I hate Florida, and now I hate them even more. So last night, I placed a parlay, and the odds ended up being plus 263. So I hit everything on this parlay. I go to put the final bit of the parlay was Florida plus 13.5. DraftKings tells me that line's closed. You can't do that. So I had to go back in and pick the next one. So I picked 11. I thought surely, maybe all right, they'll hit 11. And Florida couldn't get it done, so I lost my bet.
John, you this is your mistake. You did a parlay instead of parsley. That was your first mistake, dog. Have you been watching the show, man? Don't you know the delivery we giving you? John, son.
I think John just told his story and left.
He should have, because shame on him.
I will say this. You have hit, 4 parlays in the last 2 days?
Come on, man. I ain't out here playing around, man.
It's
baby.
football season.
Come on, dog. It was all a tune up to this point right here, man.
I will say this, man. When Florida got that touchdown in the 2-point conversion, I was like, watch them score another touchdown. And all those people that took 6. I got it at 4, so I was feeling pretty good about it.
See?
The whole way, but
I mean,
I know it did go up to 6.
Utah went out and played them, man. They played them the way they were supposed to. And honestly, they beat them up, too.
They beat them up.
That's not supposed to happen to an SEC school, man. They beat them folks up. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back. They got McNeese State, and how much can you see from that?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's
false confidence.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And that's what
they'll win like 58-3, and then everybody be feeling good about themselves. And
here come the Vols.
And them little old Vols who can't win in the swamp. Although Joe Milton said he doesn't lose in the state of Florida.
He did.
That's what he said.
He sure did.
That was a couple months ago.
Walk with that swagger.
Because that quote will come back out
there. It's so weird. They can't wait to put it back out there. Bulletin board material, baby.
All right, South Carolina, you didn't even know they were playing.
No,
until I brought it up yesterday.
Exactly.
They handled South Dakota 35-10. It was 28-3 at halftime. And so they just, rolled it out. But 40 carries, 211 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the Gamecocks. Cody Schrader, 18 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know a lot about this Missouri team. Got to see them a little bit more. Quarterback Brady Cook, 17-21, 172 yards, and a touchdown. Missouri hosts MTSU next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Shout out to the Blue Raiders headed down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama right now as we speak.
Yeah, go on, get down there in the Tuscaloosa. Roll them up, baby. Give them all you got, Stock.
39-point underdog.
That's a lot of points.
6:30 game.
That's a lot of points at night, too. You might get away with that in the daytime.
Get away with what?
Being able to not cover that in the daytime. At nighttime,
sneak up on
somebody. Yeah, everybody ready to roll at night.
They're tired from lunch.
Hell yeah.
Maybe had a couple beers at lunch.
Yeah, man. It's real.
Got to take a nap. Not at 6:30.
No.
Coming up in just a few minutes, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, Hall of Famer, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers cornerback Ronde Barber will join us. Also coming up at 4 o'clock. At 3:45, Keith Bullock, former Titans linebacker.
Okay.
At 3:45, Mark Mariani.
Action packed. We got nothing but ballers on the show, man.
Former Titan Pro Bowler at 4 o'clock. And 4:20, Danny Kanell, former Florida State quarterback, courtesy of betonline.net. Check out BetOnline for updated college football playoff win totals, conference, Heisman, and college football week 1 lines. Also coming up, Joey Kent, Tennessee's all-time leading receiver at 5:20. We got a lot to get to. This is 3HL broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, the original location out at Opryland. Every time I drive drive down Briley Parkway, I have memories as a kid riding in the car with my mom taking me to Opryland to drop me off.
To the theme park.
Every time.
Yeah.
Screaming Delta Demon and all that stuff.
That was life when life was good.
Chaos when it worked.
No streetwalkers.
Well.
Might have been.
3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here, man. I got to give it up to Holistic Stem Cell Therapy, man. Dr. Kellum, I went in there, talked to him, got my consultation, man, and right then and there after the consultation, I didn't want to go home. I told him, man, let's sign me up. Let's go on and get busy right now. Why? Because I was tired of having them aches and pains, man, all of that. Inflammation is one thing, but then just building up your body off of your own cells, that's a totally different thing. It's your body, your cells, your solution. Make it make sense. All patients have stories. I got my own. I went in there, I got my knee done, got the hip taken care of, and I got my shoulder taken care of. So all that wear and tear, since playing basketball since I was 6 years old, professional all the way for 14 years. Then you sit back and you're like, man, I can't even go play a pickup game. That had to come to a stop. Dr. Kellum, he laid it out for me. This is what we're going to do. This is how long it's going to take. Boom. I'm feeling great and rolling with it. Now, you also got to understand, not just for athletes, man. I'm talking about people that have car wrecks, scarring tissue, asthma, arthritis. It does not matter. You can dial into it and get healed as well. And it's your own body doing the healing. KellumStemCellInstitute.com. KELLUM StemCellInstitute.com.
It's a weird time of year as we transfer from the heat of the summer into the cool weather in the fall, and you need to be thinking ahead. Diggins Turf and Landscape Supply can help you with your lawn needs. These are your guys to make your lawn look the best that it can look. DigginsSupply.com is the website. Trey Hartsook is here with more. Trey.
Hey, Brett, I don't know about you, but really excited about the fall time here in Middle Tennessee. Even got up this morning, put a hoodie on, so you know the time is near. We need to be getting our yards tuned in. Fall is really the time to make the biggest adjustment in your lawn. Trust nobody else than Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply for your turf advice. Right now we need to be clearing up those weeds, all that grassy stuff just popped through, and get ready for AOS, overseeding, aerification.
get us where we need to be. Also, want to make sure that our equipment doesn't get forgot about because we're doing really cool specials this fall on service, on new equipment sales. So just stop in. We're conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Love to talk to you about your lawn and the equipment, get you taken care of. Stop in and see us conveniently located all over Middle Tennessee. Got locations in Nashville, Cool Springs, Hendersonville, Murfreesboro, Bellevue, Brentwood, Lamar, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. If you can't get a hold of us, check us out online, DickensSupply.com.
3HR 104.5, The Zone. Britt Doherty, Ron Slade. Dawn Davenport is down in the Big Easy.
Down there being easy, I hope.
She texted us a little while ago. She said, it's weird down here.
Hey.
I'm like, yeah.
That's what New Orleans
The living dead, man.
That's what New Orleans will do to you.
You go to New Orleans, number one, you're going to eat well. Number two, you really can't explain the feeling, like the vibe that you feel. It's almost like a cloak over the top of you.
Yeah.
Basically.
But don't you got to be a seafood guy to go down there and eat good? Because I'm not a big seafood guy, man.
Dude, they got everything. They pasta and everything.
Country boy, man. You know what I mean? Keep me on the farm, not in the swamps. In the bayou, them bayous. Bayous down there. I don't want none of them bayous, man. I'm cool. Keep me right by the farm.
Hall of Famer. Let me just start there. Ronde Barber joins us now live here at Scoreboard. Ronde, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm listening to Ron talk about Southern food. You don't have to eat just shrimp to go to New Orleans.
Hey, man, I'm talking about like, I ain't no fish guy, nothing, Ronde, man. I ain't really with all that,
I'm telling you, they have everything you want down there. They just have, like, different seasonings and stuff.
All right. And they have plenty of places where you can drink yourself to Pukeville.
So see, I like that part.
That's a good spot.
Part I'm there
There's
for.
some debauchery down there, Slay.
Yeah, plenty of it. Believe it.
Ronde, how good does that sound? Hall of Famer, Ronde Barber.
Finally. I think last time I was on with you guys. Last time I was on with you guys was last preseason when I was up here with the Bucks when they were training with you guys with the Titans, and I thought it was going to be last year, and then it wasn't. So, but I guess it was it's a relief. We were talking a little bit off air. I was a semifinalist for all 6 of my years eligible, and a finalist for 3 years, and it just feels like it's never going to happen. So when it finally did. It was exciting. I obviously cried. Who wouldn't cry in that moment? But it was a relief too. There was a lot of people on my side, my family, my friends that were probably rooting for it more than I was. To be honest with you, and just to have that shared relief was pretty awesome.
How did you find out?
So they voted, and then a week later I found out. And here's the caveat: they tell your significant other, if you don't have one, they tell your manager or whoever, somebody close to you.
Your manager.
Right, and they just want you to hold on to that fact for like 7 days.
What?
Yeah. And then they organize, for me it was Derek Brooks, they organize a Hall of Famer to come knock on your door, and you got the camera crew, and they put that on social and put it out on their channel. So yeah, Derek came and knocked on my door wearing his gold jacket, and I got this house where you can see through the windows before you get to the door, and I saw the camera. I'm like, why is there a boom mic sitting outside?
This is either really bad or really good.
I knew it was good. I had some inclinations. But let me put it this way. The year before, before I came up and saw you guys, the day they voted, I called everybody I knew that would know. Media, Hall of Fame voters. And they called me back last year. They said, yeah, man, you were close and da-da-da-da. So I knew right away that I wasn't in.
Yeah.
This year, crickets.
Nobody answered.
Nobody answered.
Wow.
Yeah. Nobody. I'm like, all right, so this is either really good or I'm going to be even more pissed. I'm going to drink more this time. Yeah. But I had some inclinations that things had swung in my favor. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
3-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers cornerback Ronde Barber. Yeah, Derek Brooks, man. There might not have one of the fastest guys to the football.
Oh man, he was the prototype. To be honest with you, that for the weak side linebacker. Everybody talks about middle linebackers. At least that was when I was growing up. It was a middle linebacker.
Yeah.
When I started playing, it was the weak side linebacker. It was the guy that can make all the plays in space and run through tackles and
get up the field,
and cover down the field, and he was it. He was what everybody was looking for the last 15 years. Now, as inside linebackers in general, because so many teams are going at 3-4 look and they have 2 inside linebackers, almost all of them look like him now. That big-bodied 6'4", 250-pound linebacker is gone. That guy doesn't exist anymore.
How close was that Super Bowl team? You guys still
very.
Still into each other's lives
absolutely.
And everything?
John's out in San Francisco as a GM, but all of us are in Florida still. Don't know where Simeon is. He's somewhere bouncing around. between Arizona and Tampa. He's our next guy. He's the next defender that we'll be all stumping for to maybe get a call one day, because he was an amazing football player and just doesn't get recognized as such. But, yeah, we're all close. We still get together. We didn't have a 20th anniversary of our Super Bowl this year, which is another topic for another day.
Was that the fellas, or was that an organizational thing?
What do you think?
Ain't never hard to get the fellas together.
The guys are waiting for that phone call.
Yeah. Give me a reason, right? No, but we're going to do 25. But, yeah, most of us are around. It's actually pretty cool and I had a lot of them. It was really cool to have a lot of them at my Hall of Fame party and show up for me in Canton. So it was awesome.
That's dope, man. Let me ask you, how many people off that team defensively are in the Hall?
Now 4. Me, John Lynch, Derek, and Warren. And it went in that order. I was the last in. Warren was the first in. But also our longtime coach, Tony Dungy, who won a Super Bowl, not with us, but with Indianapolis Colts. So technically 5, if you want to look at it that way. Off the team that built itself into a Super Bowl winner, contender, and then winner. Yeah, we got 5 of them. So it's pretty awesome.
Now, you got to tell me, what it's like real quick when you feel that transition. Like, everybody that plays sports understands, like, you know when you're good, right? But you can also feel it when you were bad and you see the tide starting to turn a little bit.
I was fortunate because I came to Tampa and they were ready to win. They had drafted Derek and Warren in '95. Yeah, Lynch, who had been there under under Weiss, Sam Weiss, right? Yep. For a couple of years, and then the draft class in '96 and '97, which was my year, built the team that won the Super Bowl. Right. And so we all kind of grew in together. And by 97 and 98, we were perennial playoff competitors, and went to the NFC Championship game in '99 against the Greatest Show on Turf and lost. So momentum was there for my entire first 5-6 years of my career. So we felt like we were going to get there. And then we finally did. And again, another relief. Like, the expectations were so high for us that, especially on defense, that it had to happen. Yeah. We kind of forced it to happen.
Sam White's daughter, Carrie, went to Tennessee. She was there with me, though, so she got out right before you. Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you know that?
I went there. What you doing with that information?
What are you trying to do to me?
What late night study halls did you have with her?
Drink your beer, Ronde.
I looked at you. I looked at you on the side of my eye for a reason.
What do you think about Baker Mayfield down there?
Hey, Baker, I think can get it done. So this is my estimation of Baker, and everybody has questions about Baker. First of all, I like him. He's a fun guy to hang out with. My first story about Baker was the first time I saw him in Tampa, and he had only been there like a day or two. And we went to a hockey game. Lightning were in the playoffs, and we all were in the same suite. And I see him walking down the hall, and he's got Tristan Wirfs, Luke Gedeke, a bunch of these offensive linemen, and Kyle Trask, who we competed with for the starting job this year. It was like 7 of them. Baker is walking out in front of them, and they're all following. And he had been there for 2 days. Wow. Like, there's a presence about the dude that makes you want to follow him, right? He's got whatever that charisma. You played sport. You know what that
swagger.
Like. Whatever that is, he has it in spades, and he's fun dude to hang out with. Yeah, and he'll throw back beers with you. He'll do all that stuff, but he's really serious about his job. So I think he can be successful. Yet to be shown, right? But he was in Cleveland. First guy to take them to the playoffs in 20-something years, won a playoff game in Cleveland, had a falling out with Stefanski, who I'm not sure was running an offense tailored for him. He gets traded to Carolina to a guy who gets fired midseason, Matt Rule, and then loses last night in his opening game in Nebraska.
But great teams cover.
He covered.
He did cover. Superbook shout out.
He goes to L.A. at the end of last year and played 4 games and played great.
Yeah, he did.
And he stepped into that offense. We have a new offensive coordinator in Tampa, Dave Kanell. He stepped into an offense that is very similar to what Sean ran with him out in L.A. So in my mind, I think he has a chance. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. He's got Mike Evans. He's got Chris Godwin. He's got some good young talent. He's got some guys, man.
Ronde Barber with us live at Scoreboard. What do you think about that situation in Dallas? All the talking heads on these national TV shows are talking about Trey Lance. Jerry Jones trades for Trey Lance, doesn't tell Dak, doesn't tell his coach. Is there something to that, or is it overblown?
I'll say this, and I think good teams should embrace competition in the room. You need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you want it or not, whether Dak wants it or not, it's nice to have competition in the room. It'll always keep him on his level. And if he does meet that level, then he's looking at his potential replacement behind him. I felt like the best teams that I was on, the good players always had somebody that could take their spot, right? Like the mantra that we used to live by, because it's an NFL mantra, but it's really life mantra. I'm going to tolerate you till I can replace you.
Yeah.
So you better be tolerable. So Dak better not throw a league-leading 18 interceptions next year, right? Or the conversation does become Trey Lance. Is he an option? But I think it's good. You know, you're a better basketball player because you thought somebody might take your job someday.
Guaranteed, keep me on my toes.
No doubt.
And that's what you wanted, man. Competition breeds competition, and it breeds success as well. So, man, you got that situation. I got to ask you about the way you talked about the linebackers not being there anymore. Now, the Titans, we got a situation. We got a pretty good defense. You know what I'm saying? I say they nasty. You know what? I say they should pass out bibs before they run out the tunnel because they should be salivating to get to the offense. But looking at it, how important is it now to have an athletic guy sitting right there in the middle, being able to make all those plays? Is that the key to it, even if you got dogs up front?
Well, I think anybody sitting behind Jeffrey Simmons is going to be a pretty good player.
Pretty keep him clean.
Well, you got to deal with him. I mean, there's you know how offensive linemen like to push on the defensive tackles and then try to climb up to the second level. Nobody's doing that with him.
There is no second level. Ground floor and that's it.
Right. There's no second level when you do. And if you do try to get to the second level with him, he's going to make the freaking play.
Absolutely.
It's just different, man. But to me, you have to have guys that can run because it's such a spread game now. You know, these wide zones and now mid zones taking all the rage in professional football. Linebackers have to be able to scrape, get over the top, and they can't run through guys all the time.
Right.
And because that 250-pound linebacker we're talking about, a big linebacker, that dude can't make it in coverage down the field. He can't get good drops. So that takes precedent over stopping the run game. So to answer your question, it behooves any team with smaller linebackers to have great players up front.
Gotcha.
And they do. Tennessee does. You know, whether or not that harnesses itself or, turns itself into a great season this year, I have no idea. I haven't studied them enough to know. But I know they're young at linebacker. They lost some guys. They're not in a rebuild, but they're kind of in that nebulous space of are we going to be competitive again or not? And there's a lot of teams like that every year, but I feel like they're kind of in that spot right now, as opposed to the past 2 years when you felt like they were going to be definitely going to be the winners in the South and be playoff contenders. I'm not sure if they're right there right now.
You want to know the first talking point about this team all offseason? They've got one returning offensive lineman, and he's in a different position.
Right.
That's tough in the NFL, man.
Impossible.
When you talk about cohesion and developing that,
just reps, time on task. That's what you're missing there, and obviously you got Ryan Tannehill, going to be under pressure because you got 2 now high draft picks behind him. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know what it's going to look like on that side.
How much does DeAndre Hopkins help them?
Yeah. He gives you I'll tell you a story about DeAndre. I remember I played him towards the beginning of his career, end of my career. So I wasn't like as good as I once was.
You were a Hall of Famer, though, Ron.
Are you setting up a story?
But
you're a damn good player.
DeAndre is one of those uncoverable guys because even when you're draped on him and the ball comes his way, he just finds a way to be a contortionist and get his hands on the ball. And once he gets one hand on the ball, it's a completion. Now, you got a quarterback here that's, I wouldn't say is the most accurate guy. He's a pretty talented athlete, very talented athlete, in fact. But he could be inaccurate. I think it helps having a guy that can go get any ball out there. Obviously, the kid that was the rookie last year, blanking on his name, help me out.
Traylon Burks.
Yeah, Traylon Burks. That guy is a freak, right? But to have a more possession guy that can win through the middle of the field and downfield, and DeAndre Hopkins, he'll have a better statistical year this year, I think.
Do you think a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, he's never been a burner, right? So it's not like, this guy lost a step and now, he's having to figure out a way to catch contested balls. He's been catching contested balls his entire life.
Right.
do you look at a guy like that and think maybe he could play longer than the burner guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird question, I know.
But I would say this, and it's a pretty prevalent conversation right now. Receivers plus 30, just historically, production dives, and it's why he's been on 3 teams in 3 years. To be honest with you, just people don't believe in him. So it's not necessarily about his, changing skill sets. It's really about, do teams think believe they can get him? That's why y'all got him so cheap.
Right.
It's so easy to get him. Right. But I think he'll be productive. He needs a quarterback. I mean, the quarterback has to trust him, and I'm sure they've worked that out. This also, I hope they have.
They look good.
Because if I had that option, if I was a quarterback and I had that option, I'm giving him a lot of opportunities, man.
Yeah, for sure. Hall of Fame cornerback Ronde Barber with us live at Scoreboard Bar and Grill. You mentioned Traylon Burks is a freak, is the word you used. What do you like about him? What did you see in him? I
remember training camp last year when I was here, and you get intimate with the guys. You're just sitting on the field watching them perform. His acceleration after he catches the ball, he's bigger than I thought he was. You stand next to him, and he's competitive. I see it in him. He wants to be good. I mean, obviously, he had some issues with his quarterback last year. Yeah.
Why are you laughing, man?
Because it's true. I'm saying he could have been.
Josh Dobbs started a game. They're trying to make the playoffs. Right. He had been here 8 days. Right. 8 days.
Right. Yeah. That's issues. That's quote issues. That's what I'm talking about.
It's under the umbrella of issues.
Yes. I'm not going to dive into them. I'm sure y'all do that all the time. But y'all had issues. So I think his production is waiting to explode. Is what I'm saying, and I imagine a year or two, another year, working with hopefully Ryan Tannehill as their starter, that it starts to feel like this guy is one of the unique guys out there, because he sure as hell looks like one of the unique guys from last year's draft.
Yeah. UVA in Tennessee.
Yeah,
your alma mater. 28-point underdog. What do you got, Ronde, tomorrow?
Tread lightly, Ronde.
Yeah.
This ain't got nothing to do with no gold jackets. This ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm saying tread lightly. We got orange. Y'all got orange.
What do you? Yes, that's about it. What is it? Parsley.
Parsley, baby.
What's your parsley on this,
man? My parsley, man. I got them covering, man. I'm gonna be honest. I said falls by 100.
Right. So Virginia. I'd take that bet.
You said you're gonna look for moments to talk trash tomorrow.
If your parlay is 100, hey man, let's go get that. How much you want to
get that right there?
How much you want to lose? No, look, they should be better than they were last year. This is a 3-win team last year. Talking about Virginia, it struggled. Obviously, they had a horrific and tremendous tragedy with their three teammates getting shot. But they seem to rally around it. They got 3 really good transfers. Quarterback from Monmouth.
Yeah.
But he was offensive player of the year for 2 of those years he was at Monmouth. He actually looks like to bring some stability. Because Brennan Armstrong left. He went to NC State. Brennan Armstrong was a Heisman Trophy candidate 2 years ago, and he struggled last year. So he left, and then they went out and got a running back from Clemson that the head coach of Virginia, Tony Elliott, had recruited to Clemson. Now he's with them here. So there's some ideas in Virginia that they could be a sneaky good team this year. They got some experience on defense, which will help them. Their sack production is about 74% of what it was last year. Those guys are all back, and they're all seniors on that side of the ball. But the real question will be, can they score points? Can Tony Elliott, who is a genius offensive coordinator at Clemson, make that offense work at Virginia? He did not make it. It did not work last year.
Right.
Obviously, you're talking about going against a Tennessee team. What are y'all, 12th? Ranked 12th in the country that has, I think, 20 of your 22 starters are seniors. I mean, this is an experienced team that's ready to win with an air raid offense. Josh Heupel, we all know, y'all know the story. They should cover.
Well, not the 100, but they should go.
Sometimes, like life, man, it's a process, right? Like,
it's a process. It's definitely a process.
And talk trash when you can, man.
Right.
Play after play.
Hey, as soon as they get a first down, I'm coming at you.
Yeah, guess what? and it's cool. It's cool. I've had people hitting me up, man, for tomorrow after the game, the post party, post tailgate, whatever you want to call it. Me and Rondé will be at Margaritaville. What is it, Land Shark Bar?
Yeah,
it'll be going down. So if y'all want to see us 2 to 6,
right,
come up there and celebrate. Y'all can come help me give Virginia and this gold jacket hell tomorrow, boss.
One of us is going to be celebrating. The other one is going to be somber.
I mean, 24 hours from now, you'll be diving in,
I'm
man.
just saying, man. I'm going to have my arm around them, y'all.
Hey.
You know what I mean? I'm the big guy with the arm around my brother, man. That's all.
Ronde, always good to see you, man.
Hey,
Congratulations,
y'all too,
brother.
man.
Well deserved on the Hall
I'll
of
see
Fame.
y'all at
night.
Margaritaville tomorrow.
There you go.
it is.
All right, Keith Bullock, former Titans linebacker, next on 104.5 The Zone.
So this is a small bird, too, for someone
right.
that's never seen a bob white before. It's this little round softball.
That's right. Yeah, I wouldn't. They're not much bigger than my fist. They've got little legs, but they're a ground nesting, ground dwelling bird. If they never have to fly in their life, they wouldn't. Right? They just do that to get away from hawks and owls for the most part, or hunters. What they need is largely herbaceous plant communities. Right? So they need wildflowers. They need a small proportion of grasses. I don't need vast grasslands, right? I need stuff that most people would call weeds. Those are providing good brood cover, good nesting cover, a lot of insects, right? That's what chicks need to develop early.
Bridgestone Firestone is a quail focus or focal area. So tell us a little bit why.
Yeah, it's largely because there are very few places that have wild quail in the state of Tennessee anymore. And there's dozens of different factors that lead into that, right? Everybody wants to jump right to predators, but it's a habitat issue, right? Mm-hmm. It's a landscape change, whether we're talking about development or whether we're talking about fire not being on the landscape anymore, or fields and young forests progressing into closed canopy forest, right? So the farm, just by nature of it being an open landscape that's been maintained that way, has held on to some birds. And compared to most other places in the state, we're one of the very few. On top of that, the potential for growing that population, it's higher here than just about anywhere else.
Your home, Artisan Custom Closets can do that. They can also give you a new laundry room and make your life easier there. Mudroom, home office, pantry, closets, garages, you name it, and Artisan Custom Closets can do it. Built-ins, Murphy bed options in bedrooms, Artisan Custom Closets, your one-stop Nashville stop for all things custom closet organization. They have a showroom, by the way, 55 Willow Street in downtown. You can go just swing by, say hi, see some examples of some of the great things they have done. Don't just clean out your areas. Get organized with Artisan Custom Closets. And right now, if you tell them that you heard about them from Dawn on the Zone, they'll give you 10% off. Whatever your project is, they will give you 10% off. They're awesome. They'll stay within your budget. Love them. I got my garage done by them, and it's beautiful. 615-800-2199. Don't forget to ask about payment options, too. 615-800-2199. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Appreciate y'all being out here at Scoreboard. If you're not here, get here. They got bushwhackers for you.
That's something good. I'm still yet to have a bushwhacker.
You've never had a bushwhacker?
Nah, I don't like milk and beer mixed.
No, there's no beer in it.
Oh, it's only milk?
Oh, no. There's
Liquor.
stuff in it. I don't even know what's in it. What's in a bushwhacker? It's like rum and tequila or something.
Oh, see, that's a hell of a mix. Yeah.
Keith Bully joins us now, former Titans linebacker. Bully, what's up? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm with Slay. I ain't never had a bushwhacker neither, but I hear they're very popular around these parts.
I mean, you could go like 3 doors down from Just Love over there in McEwen and get one.
I'm about to go about 3 doors down from Just Love and grab me a chicken scratch after this interview.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, when you were playing, you didn't have a week between, like, preseason games and the regular season, did you?
I don't think so. I do. No, we didn't. Not a whole week, but I do remember having this weekend pretty much, like, to ourselves. Like, we might come in.
Y'all would play on Thursday
like on a Friday.
Something.
Right. We might come in on a Friday and then get a light workout. Jeff will give us off Saturday, Sunday. Come back Monday and get to it.
What do you think about this Titans group now that we've gone through training camp and we're ready to hit the regular season? I've got one point of concern, but I wanted to ask you first.
I like where they're at, considering where they were all spring, and then, obviously they got D-Hop late, and then they go through a camp. The offensive line looked great. Well, they look good during the during the preseason, although they, we don't know to what extent they were challenged. But I like the fact that they were out there to get good reps, and they, opened holes, and the running backs found them, and, they rushed for over 100 yards just about every game. So I'm sure Derrick Henry's loving that. So if we can get that going in the regular season. I think they had a good preseason. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I've been seeing, we all have, Azeez Al-Shire that came over from San Francisco playing inside linebacker, flying around. It kind of looked like old KB tape a little bit anyway. But the guy next to him, like the spot next to him, Dr. Jack Gibbons, man, I just don't see the athleticism there, man. I worry about him like getting targeted by play calls with. Well, thankfully, Alvin Kamara isn't playing in that opener, but that's the kind of situation I see him having to deal with, and I don't know if he can. Like, that's the one concern I have outside of maybe the offensive line, obviously.
Well, I saw that the first play that Algier made, the one back downhill, that's a simple football play. One back, one gap, attack your gap. And Algier, he did that. We saw that. That's a flash play. We call that a flash play. But I noticed the backside. The backside linebacker was hanging back. I don't know who that linebacker was last game, but on that play, he was hanging back. And a really good running back is putting their foot in the ground and trying to hit that cutback. But I played with I played with a bunch of guys that weren't that athletic. Peter Sermon. He was probably one of the better, more athletic guys that I played with. Brad Castle, he was just like a bruiser downhill, in between the tackles type guys, but we also ran a 4-3, so I could cover up a lot of that stuff. So in a 3-4, I don't necessarily know how that works, but look, they got Big Jeff and Tierra Tart up front wreaking havoc. It's going to be hard for them linemen to really get up to that second level. Now where an offense can start game planning more is when you get those big fellas out, and now you're getting to the second rotation of that defensive line where the penetration isn't so strong, and you can get more time for your quarterback and drop back situations, and maybe, get your running back or tight ends in matched up man-to-man situations, if even that's what the Titans do defensively.
That's a great point you brought up about, and I'm curious from a linebacker perspective, like how much does that help you to have really good players in front of you that keep offensive linemen off the second level?
You know what? That's big in the 3-4 defense, and our defense was different. It's 4-3. Albert and those guys, Tony Brown, those guys just get upfield on the run. They weren't holding nobody. So as a linebacker in our defense, you had to go. Like, won't nobody trying to save you. You had to make your own plays. But in a 3-4, That's why they went and got Holy Nada with the Ravens years ago, because there was this one Chiefs game, and Ray Lewis, as great as he is, was getting ate up because those D linemen that he had couldn't keep those offensive linemen off him, and that's not necessarily his game. His game isn't getting blockers off him. His game is more so running free to the ball and blowing stuff up. So they had to make that adjustment. But I think Gibby, he'll be all right. He just has to make his plays. He's not the only one. You know what I mean? That's just on the defense. But he has to make his plays. The quarterback has to make his plays too. You know, everybody has to make their plays. So that's what's great about the first game of the season. You get to get out there. You either, you know, do good, do decent, stink it up, but you always get to come back and get better the next game.
Man, Bully, we're at Trash Talk Friday, man. We've arrived. The football season has
sir.
Yeah, man. Last week was an appetizer. Yeah, week 0, you know, but now you got week 1, and it's going down. I just need to know, are you going to step on out here with me and ride with your boy and be a volunteer involved? You're going to be a volunteer involved this year.
Hey, you know what?
What you going to do?
That's so funny, man. The closest time that I wanted to really be involved was yesterday, because I was coming back from Norfolk, Virginia, seeing my grandmother, and I'm wondering why all these UVA people are getting on the plane. I'm like, oh, the gang. So, you know, I wanted to be like, y'all about to get stumped. But I couldn't carry that UT energy, man. I let y'all have it. But what I will do, you know, like I say, I'll definitely on Saturdays pull for the Vols, because I have no other reason not to. You know what I'm saying?
And guess what? I owe you a trip, too, so gonna be some good games up there. They got A&M up there on Rocky Top, Georgia on Rocky Top. Like, they got
I hear you talking.
Now.
I hear you talking.
I'm telling you, I'm spur of the moment guy now.
You hear him, right?
I hear him.
Man, Bully, no, man. I call Bully in a minute and be like, you should have gave me like one day, man.
Listen, if y'all are going, I'm going. So go ahead.
We all roll.
Go ahead and mark
Let's do it. Yeah, hey, car ain't got no roof. Gas up the pace of we coming to Knoxville.
You better know it. Let's get it, baby.
Keith Bullock, just love over there in McEwen. People need to go get some coffee and get some treats there in the mornings.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'm here in the mornings. I'm here in the afternoons. One of my kids had a wedding he wanted to go to. I was like, I'll close for you. Just give me an opportunity to go next door after work. You know what I'm saying? It's a great place over here in McEwen, man. Tiff's Treats. We got everything. North Italia.
There's a wine bar over there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the late night
little cigar bar.
Yeah, you know, McEwen, they're not Boyle, who is the people who run it, they're non-smoking property, unfortunately. But I'm working on that.
Work on it for us.
You know? Yes, sir. I got you.
I love it. Keith Bullock with us on 3HL every Friday. Thanks, Bully. Have a great weekend, man.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, there he is.
Bully, baby. Honorary Vol, man. He's going to be an honorary Vol this year.
How about that?
Yeah, man.
Guy working for him wanted to go to a wedding. Bully's like, I'll cover your shift.
That's real. That's what it's about, man. That's a man of the people, man.
Love it. You know who else is a man of the people?
Who?
Moonshine. Mark Mariani joins us next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. You can save big right now at Buddy Allen Carpet. One floor and home. All types of flooring from carpet to waterproof and tile are on sale up to 50% with available 18 months interest-free financing. With their price match guarantee, they will not be undersold. Buddy Allen Carpet, one floor and home is your local source for the best price on all types of flooring. Stop by the Buddy Allen store in Donaldson for more details, 2405 Lebanon Pike, and to see their fantastic selection of flooring. Check them out, 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here, man. Let me first foremost to say, man, listen, you got to get through here, sign up, man. We're giving away sweet tickets at 6 o'clock right here at Scoreboard Bar and Grill. You have to be present to enter and to win. So don't tell somebody to come through here for you. You come on through. But outside of that, man, let's get straight to it. Advanced hair. Yes, the causes that make you wonder what are you doing with your hair. You got to go on and figure out a thing and get it together. As soon as I find it, I will read it for the people. But here we go. You know, where it's disappeared for years, you got to make it work for you and women. Everybody can get in on this across all ages. Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology, top-rated physicians have improved tens of thousands and plenty more Hair loss from natural factors can eventually reach a point of no return. So schedule your free consultation today. Find out if you qualify for a $500 gift $500 off. Call 629-348-HAIR. You can regrow your hair, your own natural hair with advanced hair one-day treatment, life-changing results. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. 629-348-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
And the University of Virginia plays in what conference? That's the ACC. You know what they just did? They just added 3 teams randomly. Good afternoon from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. I'm Joe Hunk. Yes, the ACC has added Stanford, Cal, and SMU to a conference located on the Atlantic coast. Just saying how great that sounds and how smart that is. The Titans have signed back tackle Justin Murray. He is going to be back on the team, but on the practice squad. Don't forget Virginia, Tennessee, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. kick. You'll be able to hear that right here on The Zone, which you'll also be able to hear on The Zone tonight. Centennial and Independence high school football right here with pregame beginning at 6:40. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, as well as home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
3HL 104.5, the Zone Friday edition. What else is it called?
Get Friday.
There are a lot of people here doing that, whereas here, Scoreboard Bar and Grill, the original location out in Aubreyland, and we'd love to see you. We are going to be here every Friday from 3 until 6, broadcasting live from the original Scoreboard Opry location. Lots of fun and prizes. This is your last chance to win a pair of sweet tickets.
Oh, yeah.
To the Tennessee-Virginia game with food and drink.
Oh, man.
Already stocked.
Sweet tickets, people.
What do people need to do? See Eggy Bop?
Is that what they're supposed to do, Bob? See you?
Yes.
See the box.
Yes.
Bob said the box.
There's a box that has Tennessee versus Virginia right there on it.
Talk to the box instead of the human.
Yeah, because Ecky Bob going to walk around everywhere. So go to the box.
He does. He pops around.
And there's even a code right there that you can use your phone to sign up on right there.
So you say Bob has a box?
Yes, we have a bop in a box.
You must be present to win, so grab a cold beer. I think we should be. It is really hot.
We should have a cold beer.
We should be allowed to drink cold beer today.
Yep. I agree.
Kirby, will you sign off on that? Sure, he says.
Sure. Yeah.
Kirby signed off on it, Allison. Don't worry about it. Must be present to win, as I say. Grab a cold beer or two. Hang out to see if you're the lucky winner. Bushwhackers, great food, fun, and football. It's football time. It is Scoreboard time. I guess we're going to give away the Tennessee-Virginia tickets, sweet tickets.
Yeah.
$5.50-ish.
Yeah, $5.51-ish.
$5.49-ish.
Yeah, $52-ish.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, sometime between the end of the show.
So that's plenty of time for people to get here, get signed up, sit here, enjoy the show, and get fried.
That's right.
And
get fried for us, man.
Drink responsibly and Uber or Lyft home.
Then get ready for tomorrow because it's going down.
For real?
All the way. And Nissan, then the after party over there at Margaritaville, 2 to 6. Me and Ronde, we just had the legend on with us, man, the OG. Coming through gold jacket.
Ronde Barber will be there.
You think we could make a bet if they lose, I can cut his sleeves off and he can give me the sleeves to his gold jacket and he can keep the jacket?
I'm thinking not.
Okay, yeah, it's probably too far.
Ron Slay is here at Scoreboard.
I'm in the building.
He's kind of simmering.
This guy got no room.
I'm gonna tell you my problem, y'all.
That game is in 19 hours.
That is.
Tennessee, Virginia kicks off in 19 hours.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do tonight. Like, do I go get rest? Do I just stay up?
No.
Get rest.
Yeah.
Hey, because tomorrow going to be a long day, man.
Guess what? The point spread has gone down from 28 to 27.5.
I'm going to jump on that one, too.
Get that extra half.
Yeah, I wonder
that hook.
Yeah, I wonder what that's about. Did they change the cleats or something?
I don't know, but one of our gambling degenerate friends is on the line. Former Titans wide receiver, and punt returner, and kick returner, Mark Mariani, Pro Bowler, joins us now. Moonshine, what's up?
Hey, get Friday! I like that now. I like that, boys.
Yeah.
That is my new motto, man. I'm going to have to get my first tattoo now.
Get Friday.
What's your drink of choice on a Friday evening? You go red beer? Do you go brown water? What are you doing?
It's usually just as the evening gets later and later, it's a slow progression. You got to start with the backyard red beer, watching the kids, doing some water table stuff, and then all of a sudden it gets harder and harder, and then pretty soon that good bourbon gets busted out after dinner, and all of a sudden it's Saturday morning, football time. Got to shake out the cobwebs. You know how it is. Slay, I just heard you talking. There's only one real answer, dude. You don't get rest tonight. I was down on Broadway last night. That place is closed off, foot traffic only. There's nobody getting rest down on Broadway, all right? By 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's going to be a ruckus out there in the streets of Broadway, man. It's going to be so much fun.
So what do I do, though? What do I do, Mark? Do I go freshen up, at about 6 or 7 in the morning? Or do I just roll on in from the club straight to the tailgate?
He's got to be there at 7:30, Mark.
Oh, man. Well, I can't advise on what happens in the morning. I only know what happens, on the streets after that last band change at 10 p.m.
After the last band change. I love it. Hey, man, the water has arrived, dog. It's on, man.
Oh, we are here. We are here feeling confident, feeling ready. Yeah. I mean, listen, I will never throw in a blood and water pick and not feel good about it, but I feel really good today, boys. So, I mean, I am ready to take some money from the boys.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to it. What did you think about last night's game, Florida and Utah? Is there like a thing between Montana people and Utah people, or are you good rooting against the Gators?
Oh man, you know what? I'm glad that Blood and Water wasn't yesterday because Anthony Richardson got us off on a hot streak last year in that game, and I probably would have went back to that well with the boys last night with the Gators. So I'm glad I didn't. But my son's favorite animal right now is a boa constrictor, and it just looked like Utah's defense just started choking the life out of them, dude. It was like you just felt like, all right, there's a little momentum. Are they going to come back? And then it's just absolutely not. We're just going to put our foot on you-know-what and just keep jamming it. And it was like, golly, man. And you guys, it's your fault of turning me into an SEC homer. So I'm in all the betting degenerate threads just talking so much smack to the Northwest, the boys up in the Northwest. And so they fed it to me after that one. But, golly, that was not a good look for the Florida Gators. It seems like I felt like I didn't give Utah enough respect or enough credit with their quarterback being on the sidelines. And that defense is for real again, man. They're going to go win another 10-game, double-digit win season. They looked pretty darn nasty last night.
At Mark Mariani 80, soldbymariani.com. You can check out what he's doing in the real estate world. We were just talking with Hall of Fame cornerback Ronde Barber, and he kind of slipped in. He was mentioning Traylon Burks, and he kind of slipped in that he thought he was a freak. So I came back to it. Man, he's excited about what Traylon Burks has shown and what he thinks his potential is.
Well, man, I'll tell you what. It's coming from a slappy like me, it's one thing, but coming from, like Slay was saying, from a gold sleeve, gold jacket dude walking through Nashville like that, man, that's high respect from Ronde Barber. I'll tell you what, man, I'm very excited, man. He's one of the reasons why I think this offense could be nasty, and we're relying on a couple guys in their second year to make this thing explosive. But, I said it when we got D-Hop, having a proven vet, a savvy guy who's been in the trenches, who has almost 80 career touchdowns like D-Hop out on the field, it only relieves pressure for Traylon. So when he gets back out there, he's going to be able to do his thing and be in a more natural position without all the lights and all the defense staring at him. And, man, do I think he's going to flourish, man. He took a big step last year. He had a lot riding on his shoulders, but he came in, in shape, shredded up, ready to go. They're going to take it slow on the injury. I don't know. Have they announced that he's playing? Probably too early to make any of those kind of announcements, but I agree with Ronde, man. He's going to be a huge piece of this offense, and he's going to be why we might be a sleeper in this thing. I heard we got picked, 28 of 30 or whatever picked against us to win the division, but he is a huge piece of this puzzle for us, and if he does anything with the potential that we think that he has, this offense could be really explosive, which we haven't been in the last 18 months.
So in between preseason and the regular season, what were you doing? Were you just like chilling on the couch, trying to let your body rest up before it's about to take all those car wrecks? What were you up to?
Yeah, listen, it was get your mind right, and it was kind of like Mel Gibson in the baseball movie. You clear the mechanism, man. You clear the distraction. You're through training camp. You got all the nasty, hot days of summer behind you, and now it's time to get serious. We're going between the lines against the enemy, and it's time to lock in. And so these guys have, 8 more days before we go down to New Orleans. But I tell you what, I think like we talk about on this show, this is where the Tennessee Titans need to be. We need to be disrespected. We need to be the quasi-underdog here. We don't want to be the front runners, man. We don't do well. We're too nasty for that. We want to be, sort of the backs against the wall, everyone's counting us out mentality, and that's where we flourish, man. So I don't want to be the first few games on the schedule for the Tennessee Titans because we got a chip on our shoulder. Our defense has proven time and time again that we are just going to be absolutely nasty. And obviously we're beating it like a horse, but if our offensive line can show up and come together at all for us, we got some proven commodities in Derrick Henry and a tough quarterback in Tanithrill that can get the job done. So, man, I'm excited. I'm a homer, but, man, we could gel and make this thing really, really exciting this year. And so I'm jacked, man. I can't wait for next Sunday, but we got 8 days before then, so a little time to get the heart rate back down.
Well, main thing is, Moonshine, the people been waiting on it, man. It's been a whole calendar year almost, man, and the people been starving, waiting on it. They've been looking out there. I saw people going to buy life preservers. I saw them to go buy flashlights. I even saw people go buy pontoons. They can't even make it out there with the sharks. But I told them, come on out there,
you
man.
You know what time it is.
What time is it, baby?
What time it is, baby. They got those boats going up and down the Cumberland ready to load that loot up after we take this home. Let's go,
Come on,
baby.
Zelf. Where music at, Zelf? There we go.
Let's go, baby. Let's run. You know what time it is? You know what time it is, man. All right, hey.
Hey, let me tell you this real quick. Let me tell you this real quick, Mark. All I'm saying is, man, I set it off yesterday. Parsley hit 14 Parsley. Coming into the college football season, all I'm saying is I left the dope crack for you. Let's go get this money, baby.
Hey, listen, the sharks are circling, baby. The sharks are circling. Now, we got to remind the people at home what is the sharks circle when there's blood in the water, and when there's blood in the water, it means that the underdog winner. We don't want the points, baby. We're going money line, and we're hammering it, and we're taking that money. We're running out the door. So this one's going to hurt Vols fans a little bit, guys, out the gate.
What?
The neutral field. Yeah, it's a neutral field. And so, no, I'm just kidding. I ain't picking Virginia, but who I am
gonna
picking...
say, Moonshine, hey, man, don't you do that to me, man. Our relationship will be in shambles, man.
Hey, listen, it's going to hurt a little bit because I had to rewatch these highlights today, though, because the last time we saw Spencer Rattler, he went off for 6 touchdowns and 450 yards. And listen, bro, this dude was a Heisman candidate at Oklahoma. He lost his job to Caleb Williams. He's got a new offensive coordinator. He's neutral field against North Carolina. And, man, I love Drake May, but I truly believe, again, you guys make me do this. You guys made me into an SEC homer. And if South Carolina, if the Gamecocks want to get serious, they got to be nasty in the SEC, and that means taking care of the ACC, taking care of the worst pass defense in the ACC a year ago. Losers of 4 in a row down the stretch. South Carolina gets hot. I hate to do it because I don't want to celebrate what happened with Spencer Rattler against the Vols last year, but I called him today. I didn't really call him, now don't forget. And I said, hey, brother, they're giving you 2.5 points tomorrow, and you know what he said, Trey?
What'd he say?
He said, baby! That's that money line! That's that money line in Charlotte! The Gamecocks going in there again because they're going to wreak havoc. They're going to put up 60 against North Carolina, baby. Drake May's not going to know what not going to know what he's to do with himself. I'll tell you, the only piece of this puzzle, boys, keep an eye out for Tez Walker, the transfer from Kent State. He's an absolute savage. He plays for North Carolina. He's a receiver who's going to be a huge piece of their puzzle. They think he's playing. He's been going through walkthroughs. He's been going through practice as the number 1 receiver. If Tez Walker plays, we might have a little issue, but I don't care, baby. He's a beast. I like Spencer Rattler, man. He's got something to prove. He has been disrespected his whole career, and he gets a chance for the Gamecocks this year to start the season and get hot just like he did at the end of last year. That's what it is, baby. Go get it now. Let's go.
There he is. He's Mark Mariani. Mark Mariani, 80, the blood in the water pick. South Carolina plus the 2.5. Money line. Thank you, Mark. Good stuff.
We don't want them.
Yeah. Hey, drink a red beer and some brown water for us, bro.
Everybody rest easy, Titans fans. We got 8 days till we go down to the bayou. We got 8 days till we unleash that defense. Don't you sleep on it. We're going to be ready, baby. Let's go. Two-tone blue.
There he is, Mark Mariani. Every Friday he's got his blood in the water pick. Thank you, Mark. Good stuff.
Mark had us scared, man. People in the chat saying, oh, what? What the hell? Like, boy, yeah, let me scared for a minute, Mark.
We're going to break down a lot of games when we come back. Danny Kanell, former Florida State quarterback, courtesy of betonline.net, next on 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Get down here, register to win Tennessee, Virginia sweet tickets. You do have to be here to win. So get on down here. Scoreboard at Opryland. We'll be right back. I want to tell you about my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. That's where you need to go to get stocked up for the weekend. And now we got all kinds of football. And now you need to be stocked up with plentiful options for your friends who may be coming over And you never know this time of year when people might be coming over. So go see my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix. Very easy to get in and out. But if you want some advice on bourbon selections, for example, and you want options at your bar, in your house, in your apartment, these guys are ready to help you. Jason and his crew, ready to help you. Craft beer, tequila, whatever you need, they'll be able to help you out. Cigars, you need that Victory cigar. They will point you in the right direction there. Maybe you don't know a lot about cigars like me. They will help you for sure. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, locally owned, serving Brentwood for more than 17 years. Specials every Wednesday, Senior Day. Come in for special discounts. Every day they honor the military discount. Case discounts every day, too. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Delivery through the Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits app and curbside pickup as well. MarylandFarmsWS.com. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by Publix.
Are you looking to buy a new home? Do you need some cash now instead of having to wait for your current house to sell? Loan Pronto is who all of y'all need to call, because they can help you out here. Dream Home Bridge Loan is what they have going on with Loan Pronto. They can help you tap your equity so you can get the cash that you need, make a clean offer on a new home, maybe an investment property if you're looking into that. And you can have the cash to cover the down payment there. With this amazing program, you get the cash in a matter of days. Little paperwork, no appraisal is usually needed, so you can go after the house you want with no contingency. Don't put off your dream. Let Loan Pronto help you leverage your equity. Get the cash to make a solid, clean offer at 615-499-5780. They also have the best rates around, by the way. Ask about the Dream Home Bridge Loan with Loan Pronto. LoanPronto.com at 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
"40 years ago, we opened our doors with one mission in mind.
We'll be right back with the top 10 songs of 1983.
To sell quality American-made vehicles at a fair price.
You have arrived.
And we've loved every minute of the ride. Celebrating 40 years of Two Rivers Ford.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you, broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill out at Opryland, the OG site.
That's right.
Come by for your chance to
sign up. Get fried!
Yeah, that and sign up. Yes, Tennessee, Virginia sweet tickets. We're going to give away.
That's right.
A pair of sweet tickets right before the end of the show, close to 6 o'clock. You do need to be here to win, and just see the box. Get the QR code from the box, and you'll be signed up and ready to roll. College football week 1 underway.
Yes, it is.
With some games last night, fully in effect this weekend. Danny Kanell, former Florida State quarterback, courtesy of betonline.net. Check out BetOnline for updated college football playoff info, win totals, conference, Heisman, college football week 1 lines, everything you need. Danny, what's up? How are you?
My favorite people in the world. What's up, Brent, Don, Ron? It is good to be back with you guys. I'm pumped up. We got college football. I do have a quick question. Can I ask you guys a question real quick?
Yes, of course.
Because I'm a little bit concerned. Now, there's like, I feel insulted and I feel concerned at the same time. So I traveled, like today I got home. And I got home and I noticed a handyman was packing up his stuff and he left. And I walk inside. And I'm like, I didn't really see a lot of work done. And then all of a sudden, like, I texted my wife. I'm saying, like, hey, why was this guy here? And he's like, oh, he hung the mirror in our family room. And I was like, what? Isn't that insulting to my manhood? Like, why didn't she ask me? So we paid somebody to put up a mirror. And so I'm like, first of all, I was insulted. Then I'm like kind of concerned. I'm like, who is this guy that was at our house while I'm out of town? Like, it's like, I'm a little bit of a mess this afternoon. I don't know what to think.
Hey, man, listen, this is what you got to look at it as, Danny. Your wife was looking out for you because she know this is the busiest time of the year for you. So she wanted to take and alleviate some of that pressure, let you enjoy yourself, getting ready to go into the weekend with all these games and things. So let me take this little pressure off of them. That's what I'm going to go with.
Oh, I like, Ron, you're like my wife's spokesman because, I mean, I'm just mad that she paid somebody to hang a freaking mirror. I could have done that.
Well, we appreciate the fact that we're your favorite show. Now, the favorite person on your favorite show is not here. She is in New Orleans.
And that's it. I'm done. Yep. I'm done. Don's not here. I'm done.
No sparring today. Yeah, she's down there in advance of South Alabama and Tulane. And I love the troll job by South Alabama saying we invented Mardi Gras on the back of their helmets.
Oh, that is outstanding. I love that troll job as well. That's awesome, man. I can't believe it. I missed on. Make sure you tell her I said hello. That game she's on is a really sneaky good game, too. Because
I think so, too. Yeah.
South Alabama had a really good year last year. Tulane, like, they're a darling of the group of 5 schools. They have Ole Miss next weekend. So if they look ahead at all, Kane Womack's squad's coming in there looking for the big upset. So that could be a sneaky good game she's on.
She sent us a text and said, people are weird in New Orleans. And I'm like, yeah, that's the living dead down there.
Is that her first time there? She's never been there before? Because, I mean, that usually takes about 5 minutes off the plane, and you realize that's what's happening.
There's just a different vibe in New Orleans for those that haven't been down there. But, yeah, that is a sneaky good game, I think. What did you think about Florida and Utah last night? Some glaring concerns about the Gators.
Yeah, it was atrocious. I wish I was on with you yesterday because I loved the under in that game because I thought it would be ugly. But, like, for Florida, if you're Billy Napier or if you're a Florida Gator fan, I mean, you just got to be sick to your stomach because, yes, you got outplayed. Utah was more physical, but you just handed the game to them on a silver platter with some of the just boneheaded mistakes that you made, whether it was a missed chip shot field goal. You know, you force them to punt on a 4th and 3. They punt it, and you have a penalty for substitution, and you let them extend the drive. They go down and score, like when your defense got to stop. They had a costly interception coming out of the end zone, which I thought was actually a pretty good, read from Graham Mertz, except it bounces right out of Pearsall's hand into the Utah defender, and they go in and get a quick, easy score to make it 24-3. Like, there were just so many boneheaded, like, careless, ugly plays from Florida that just made it almost impossible for them to win. So it was an ugly one. I didn't think they were going to I thought Florida would surprise to the upside. When I say upside, I mean over their win total of 5.5. I thought Graham Mertz was going to be better than people thought. I actually thought he played pretty well last night. But if they can't run the football, which they couldn't at all last night, and if they can't protect Graham Mertz because he got sacked 5 times, they're going to go under that win total. Like, they've got to figure things out in a hurry. The one bit of thing, too, is, like, let's give some credit to Utah. That's a pretty resilient team. They are back-to-back Pac-12 champs. Like, they're a physical bunch. Rice-Eccles is a tough place to play. Like, so it's a rough loss, but they lost to a good team still.
They did. You're right about. And this is one of the things we were talking about yesterday, and we both went Utah minus. We caught it at -4, so we both went Utah yesterday. But Johnson and ATN last year more than 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns. Last night 10 carries, 31 yards. And you mentioned Mertz getting hit, getting sacked, getting hit. Man, I don't know how he stays upright if they don't shore up that offensive line.
Same. I mean, and you know what? You know what's the scary thing is they actually improved from their spring game because he got sacked 9 times in their spring football game there in Gainesville. So, like, I hope they're trending in the right direction. Maybe it goes 9-5 to maybe 3, and then they can kind of eliminate some of those. But you're right. I worry. I mean, he got hit so much. It's like, is he going to survive? Let alone like play well. Is he going to remain, upright in the pocket, which is very much in question right now.
Man, no, tell me, Danny, man, am I drinking the Kool-Aid? I'm not only talking about the spread and thinking it can be covered, but the energy around the Colorado Buffaloes. Do I disregard what TCU has built, the energy that they come with, knowing that they got guys returning, they got a quarterback who was really the starter, and then Max got thrown in there after an injury. But does TCU repeat what they did, or does Colorado get this train started going full speed ahead right now?
Ron, love him or hate him, Deion Sanders has been great for college football, right? Yes. I mean, he is a brand that I love to watch, and I love him at the Power 5 level. I think Colorado is a great spot for him. And there are 2, very distinct camps on Deion. One that says he overturned that roster, which was one of the worst in the country, where they went 1-11, and he's going to make them like an instant bowl team, which is, get to 6 wins, which a 5-win improvement would be phenomenal. And then there's a camp that says, well, that roster was horrible. You didn't turn it over enough, and it's going to take some time to develop those players that you brought in there. Like, it's a team's time to develop continuity. I think Deion is going to be okay in the long run in year 2 and 3. So I'm in the camp that says this year could be ugly, and I think we're going to see that on display tomorrow against TCU. TCU is a team that's been disrespected, right? They played in the national championship game. They're not even picked to finish 3rd or 4th in the Big 12. Like, everybody's just writing them off. They lost their quarterback, but the quarterback they're bringing in that's starting, Chandler Morris, actually beat out Max Duggan last year in a quarterback competition, lost his job due to injury. So obviously Sonny Dykes likes what he can do. And they have a really good developmental program. I like Sonny Dykes. I like the culture. And you know what? This is the thing I worry about for Colorado. Mm-hmm. They're not sneaking up on anybody. Everybody's kind of circled them and be like, oh, really? You like all that publicity? Well, we're going to show you. Like, I think TCU, and I think teams will actually be tempted to run up the score, which I don't want to see that, but I kind of lean. I like TCU laying the 20.5 in that game because of that factor.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Danny Kanell with us on 3HL, courtesy of betonline.net. North Carolina, South Carolina, it's weird, doing a little investigating into this matchup. South Carolina's so bad against the run, and you've got Drake May, one of the best quarterbacks, obviously, in the country for North Carolina, but it looks like they may try to run the ball. How do you figure this game out as North Carolina's favored by 2.5?
So this game I think will be higher scoring because – South Carolina, as you mentioned, are weak against the run. North Carolina really likes their running backs, which I hope they do because Drake May ran it too much last year. He was, having to put too much of that offense on his back. I think the new offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey, is going to try to lighten that load. And then Spencer Rattler for South Carolina, he is a roller coaster ride. Just get on and enjoy it because it's going to be ups and it's going to be downs. And, which version are you going to get? I don't know, but you'll get some points out of them. The problem is one of them might be pick six going the other way. But North Carolina's defense was one of the worst in the ACC and maybe one of the worst in the country last year. I need to see a big step in improvement before I think they're going to go out there and just hold South Carolina to 10 points or less. So I think it's a higher scoring affair. And if I think it's going to be a higher scoring affair, like a lot of possessions back and forth, I'm going to trust the quarterback in Drake May, who's probably going to be the number 2 overall pick in next year's draft behind Caleb Williams. And Spencer Rattler just a little bit too erratic for me. Yes, he was phenomenal against Tennessee with those 6 touchdown passes. But if you take away that game, he only had 12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions on the year. Like, not a great touchdown-interception ratio. So I like Carolina to lay the 2.5 in a high-scoring game.
All right, your boys against LSU. I actually love
now
Florida
we're talking.
State.
Now we're talking, Brent.
In this
Let's
matchup.
go.
What do you think? Line's down from 2.5 to 2, LSU. I went Florida State money line.
I am with you, Brent. I'm on the same side. And I can hear people like, oh, this Florida State guy is just being a homer. I really do like the makeup of this team, the mental makeup, because I think there's always a concern that you get all this hype in an off season and you're just going to start believing it and you're not putting in the work and you kind of just go through the motions and feel like all you have to do is show up. I don't think that's what this Florida State team is about. Jared Verse came back to Tallahassee, could have been a first-round pick, came back to do something special. Those are his words. Like, he doesn't want to just come back to increase his draft stock. He wants to win. Jordan Travis, another one, comes back, is like a recruiter for the team, goes and recruits a guy like Keon Coleman, who, by the way, he's a Michigan State transfer who came in late that Mel Kiper now has his number 2 wide receiver behind Marvin Harrison Jr. They have a ton of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. The defense, I think, is good enough to contain and slow down Jaden Daniels. I don't think they're going to shut him down, but there is so much offensive firepower on this Florida State offense and a quarterback who I trust to take care of the football. And also, if he gets in trouble, if Harold Perkins Jr., who is an insane, pass rusher for LSU, I think he's got the speed that can elude him and get those hidden yards and extend plays. I think it's going to be too much offense from Florida State that ends up winning this game outright. I'm with you on that one, Brent.
Real quick, USC, Caleb Williams, before we ask you anything about Tennessee, Caleb Williams, last week I thought that they were going to come out and be very explosive, but they couldn't stop a nosebleed, so it messed up the entire spread. I can't buy in on them, and I didn't know how good San Jose State was as well.
They could score.
Yeah, they could. But so Nevada in this matchup, this is a big spread on this one too. You got this one sitting at 38. What do you think about that one?
So I'm like you. I probably wouldn't touch USC until we get a little better feel for what they're going to do. My tendency would be to play the overreaction and say that maybe I would lean towards the under. I think the under is 66 or something like that. Yeah, I would lean towards the under because I would hope that Alex Grinch, their defensive coordinator, would be showing them the film against San Jose State. And by the way, San Jose State led the Mountain West in passing last year. They have a pretty good offense. But I would think they would come out with more of a sense of urgency, more of a sense of anger on the defensive side of the ball and, really shut down Nevada. I think you'll get the points from USC clearly with Caleb Williams and all that offensive firepower that he's got. But I don't know. I kind of want to see more from them. And I don't know. The problem with USC is their schedule early is so light and easy. They should be cruising, but the back end is when, they really get to the heart of their schedule where they start facing the heavyweights of the Pac-12. With that Pac-12 race is going to be phenomenal. But they really should be about 6-0 before they go to South Bend to take on Notre Dame, which will be a fantastic game. Yes. But I need a game or two more to see before I feel really good about where their defense is exactly.
Yeah, for sure that. Danny Kanell with us on 3HL. All right, Tennessee and Virginia right here in Nashville. Do you have an opinion on that? 28 seems to be about right. I don't know.
I'm a little bit mad at you guys because we should have led with this game. I mean, ACC heavyweight Virginia coming to town to take on the big bad boys of the Tennessee Volunteers. All right, so here's my lean on this one. I can't wait to see what Joe Milton can do. All right, I'm gonna get a little into the weeds on him. So I don't know if I like laying the whole point spread for the game, right? It's a massive number. The new clock rules are actually pretty fascinating because games have been moving faster. You've been getting less possessions. So, some of the overs and some of the favorites have had a little trouble covering there. So I actually like this one. I don't love, laying 28, 27.5. You never know about the garbage time, touchdown score late for Virginia because clearly I think Tennessee's going to win big. I like the first half minus 16.5 for Tennessee. Because they started so fast last year. Josh Heupel is such a good play caller, designer. He has such a good game plan early. I think they'll put up points early. I think Virginia will struggle. So I actually like the first half minus 16 for Tennessee rather than the total of the minus 28 in the game.
Loved it. I love it, Kanell, man. Always good checking in with you, brother. Really appreciate you, and have a great opening college football week 1.
You guys as well, man. Look forward to coming on again. We'll see you.
Yep, we'll do it. Danny Kanell. Thanks to our friends at betonline.net. Check out BetOnline for updated college football playoff odds, win totals for teams, conference odds, the Heisman, and college football week 1 lines. You can do that, betonline.net. 3HL broadcasting live from Scoreboard. Get on down here. We're going to draw tickets for the Tennessee-Virginia game, a suite. Your opportunity to get in the suite. That's coming up just before 6 o'clock. So get in here, get you a Bushwhacker, get some great – they have great food here.
Yes,
get you a cold beer. Might be able to do that here in a second, too, because it's hot, and we'll be ready to roll. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. This is the weekend to get it done. Maybe you've been thinking about it for a while. Maybe you need something bigger. Maybe you need something with lesser of a payment. Maybe repair bills are killing you. I don't know your situation, but go talk to Daniel Gupton and the guys at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and they'll be able to help you out. No pressure from them at all. They simply want you in the vehicle that's right for you, and that's what will happen when you go see them. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. That's where you will find the best vehicle buying experience that you've ever had. That's where I've bought multiple cars and Jeep and truck and all those things from my guys at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 24 West, exit 35, straight shot. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. Perfect weekend to get it done. Car, truck, SUV, Jeep, new or pre-owned, whatever you need, they'll be able to help you out. Go take your test drive. You'll go inside. They'll help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
What's happening, good people? Ron Slay here, man. I got to give you a little insight on Superbook. I don't care what you believe. I'm telling you what you got to know, man. Superbook is up and running and rocking and rolling. If you want to win some money, man, you need to go download the Superbook Sports app. Then, if that's not working, go visit superbook.com. If that's not working, come see me personally, man. I'm going to put the wager in for you. But outside of that, man, use the promo code SLAY to win up to $250 with your first bet bonus. Win or lose, so you're really winning. We just put the lose in there just to kind of confuse you a little bit, but you're going to win. They'll match your first bet up to $250 with the promo code SLAY. What you going to bet on? Football season is here. College football, pro football. You got a little bit of everything you can dive into. It's all right here for you, and it's here for the taking. Make sure you stay tuned to 3HL because the parlay will be coming to you at the 5 o'clock hour. And you know what it is. We're going to make our money. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. You know the motto, baby. Book it.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay, broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, the original location.
That's right. The one and only, baby.
Out at Opryland. We are on the outdoor porch. They got all the fans going. They got all the windows open.
And we live in the room.
Ecky Bop's over here giving stuff away.
Bop in the box.
Is that 20-year Zone anniversary T-shirts? Is that what he's got?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yep.
On that same table, when you come in, go to the right of the big bar in the middle of the room, and there is a big blue table with 104.5 The Zone written all over it. And there's a box with a QR code. And all you got to do to register to win Tennessee and Virginia tickets is do what you do with the QR code.
Yeah.
And you got a chance to win suite tickets, getting that suite. You have to be present to win. We're going to give away the tickets right before 6 o'clock. So come have some cold beer, some great food, and you can get it all done. Hang out with us because it's almost 5 o'clock Central Time, and we are ready to roll. What you got?
Man, I got some
friends on the stage.
Man, I brought some reps up here with me, man. I got Jackson and Finley with me. You know, they came up here to hold it down. Some Vol fans. They ready for the season to start. And Finley, I got something. I know what I need Finley to say for me. Can you tell the people that you're in the building, Finley, one time?
I don't want to.
You don't want to? Jackson, can you help her?
I'm in the building.
There it is, baby. That's what I'm talking
Finley,
about.
do you want
baby.
Slay to do it one time, and you want to do it with him?
You want to do it together?
Because he's going to scream it, and so it might be easier for you.
Come on over with me. Come on over with me.
We're all friends here, Finley. Y'all want to hear Finley?
Look,
y'all want to hear
the
Finley?
people want to hear Finley. Here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm in the building. There we go.
Boom!
Yeah.
There she did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dawn Davenport better watch her butt.
Yeah, she's taking over.
Finley gonna take over.
Finley's taking over, baby.
Dawn is in New Orleans, for those wondering, in advance of South Alabama and Tulane. And she said, she texted us in the middle of the afternoon, out of nowhere, and said, man, it's weird in New Orleans. And I immediately thought, have you not been there?
You really wanted to say, duh.
Yes, Babs, have y'all been to New Orleans? Like, New Orleans, like, you cannot describe the vibe that you feel when you get off the plane and get into the city.
I hate it.
I love it.
No, I hate it because we lost there.
Oh, well, that's something completely different. But the vibe is like mysterioso.
Yeah, every bit of it. In those words, too.
It feels like death in that town.
All right, y'all.
Like living death.
Okay.
It's because there is a lot of death in that town.
Yeah, man. Death is ghosts.
I looked up like 6 different ghost tours that you can take just in New Orleans.
Listen, they bury people above ground because they're at sea level. They can't bury the dead below ground.
Man, ain't nobody got.
So they're right there.
Ain't nobody got time to be waiting around, man, for no dead bodies or no ghosts to be coming around haunting me, man. I'm out here to get fried.
Below sea level, Kirby said.
See what I'm saying?
See, I was there for the Super Bowl one time, and Kirby had absinthe, and then he disappeared for the rest of the night.
See?
Kirby was wandering around New Orleans, man.
Man, it's enough getting fried in New Orleans. Y'all talking about ghosts. Like, that's a whole nother world right there. They probably fried.
It's one of like the most haunted places in America.
Yep. What do you call the the woman that has like the pot of stuff in front of her, and she's like got that big wooden spoon, and she's like
a witch?
Not a witch.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what?
But she'll like throw like a rabbit's foot in there, and then
like the voodoo lady.
The voodoo lady. Oh, they got all kinds of voodoo ladies down there.
See, all that hocus pocus stuff, keep it with you.
Come on, Slay.
No, don't play with it. Don't want no parts of it. I'm straight. It's enough going on out here in the world.
I think her name is Maria Laveau. Is like the one in New Orleans.
Oh, they got specific.
Dude, there's
ones?
not just one, man.
She's the queen of all of them. Is all I know.
Well, I'm not gonna mess with her. That's for sure.
That's what none of them.
I'm not gonna question her.
I ain't messing with the babies. None of them.
Babies.
Baby ghosts. They out there too.
They got baby ghosts in New Orleans?
If they got big ghosts, of course they got baby. They got dog ghosts, cat ghosts, all kind of ghosts, man. I don't want
like you're walking down the alley and you hear this
cat ghost.
And you look, it was a cat ghost?
Zell, Hunk is here. Why would you feed into that?
That was me.
Oh,
that was me.
I knew it. I see a ghost of Hunk is in the studio. See what I'm saying? I'm
man.
like, that's something Hunk would do. I'm thinking,
All right.
Zell, what is Hunk right here doing?
Couple of stories, and we'll get to the break. ACC chancellors and presidents voted this morning to invite Stanford, Cal, and SMU. So that puts ACC at 18 members, 17 in football because of Notre Dame's weird butts. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans has set a Week 1 deadline for a new contract, or he'll move on in 2024, he says. 9 seasons, 9 1,000-plus yard seasons. How about that for consistency?
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right, you ready for the 5 o'clock hour?
Yep.
All right, live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Get on down here, register to win Tennessee, Virginia. Sweet tickets, giving them away right before 6 o'clock, right here on 104.5 The Zone.
Yes, indeed. Here it is, man. Don't never wander around. You talking about ghosts and stuff. The only reason ghosts going to come out, man, because it's dark and the lights done went out. What you need to do is make sure your lights come back on, and you can do that with Cove Generators. Yes, the Generac Home Standby Generator Dealer, the one for you, the one for me, the one for everyone to keep the lights on. A free new 10-year warranty with purchase of a Generac Home Standby Generator. Now, right now, through October 8th. You got to get on it, though, man. Only through October 8th. That's over $1,000 value, man, if you go and get you a new Generac home standby generator. It doesn't get better than that. You can call them today for free 10-year warranty and be prepared for the next power outage. Be ahead of the game. The number is 931-559-3311. That's 931-559-3311. CoveGenerators.com. Terms and conditions may apply. You got to call for details. Visit CoveGenerators.com. And never lose power again. And they're going to keep it real simple for you. Stay connected through it all.
You need your mobile plan to keep you connected while not feeling like you're draining your bank account to afford it. The home of the 10G network from Xfinity. The future starts now. Discover the nation's best-kept secret and switch to Xfinity Mobile now with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. Join the millions who save hundreds a year with Xfinity Mobile, one of the fastest-growing mobile services with 5G and millions of Wi-Fi hotspots. $30 a line per month with unlimited data when you get 2 lines. Switch to Xfinity Mobile, rated #1 in quality and #1 in value. Mobile plans starting at $15 a month. Save hundreds a year with the best price for 2 lines of unlimited. Get nationwide 5G included at no extra cost. Mix shared and unlimited data options with your family all on one plan, and you can stream more or use less. Switch between unlimited and buy the gig anytime on the Xfinity mobile app, so you only pay for what you need. Automatically connect to over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide to save money on data. Restrictions apply. Compares pricing of top carriers. Xfinity Internet required. Most reliable based on Root Metrics US report. Results vary. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabits of usage per line. Customer satisfaction compared to all measured full-service providers in the 2021 American Customer Satisfaction Index survey of customers rating their own wireless service providers' performance. Xfinity Internet required. Taxes and fees are extra. Data thresholds and actual savings may vary based on weighted average of consumer-reported savings compared to charges for 3 top carriers.
That's right. We are 16 hours away from Tennessee, Virginia. You'll be able to hear it right here on 104.5 The Zone at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Good afternoon and evening. From Scoreboard Bar and Grill, I'm Joe Hunk. Titans officially signed Justin Murray back to the team, but they added him to the practice squad just a few hours ago. If you've heard the news about the ACC adding 3 teams from the Pacific Coast, question is, well, how are those revenue or non-revenue sports actually going to make that trip? Well, just a little while ago, Cal Chancellor Karel Christ said that, you know what, we're talking about potentially playing those games in Dallas, and we're just going to meet in the middle. Well, Independence and Centennial are going to have a more entertaining game than that happening tonight, and that's going to be starting at 6:45 with pregame right here on The Zone for our high school game of the week. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It is a Friday before the opening college football weekend. Tennessee and Virginia right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Vols a 27.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
You can go. Just come by and see us at Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Register to win Tennessee, Virginia sweet tickets. We're going to give them away just before 6 o'clock. You need to be here to win. And it's fine because, you know, they have beer and Bushwhackers and food and all those things.
Some good stuff.
And they have Ron Slay sitting right here.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Rocket Top.
This kind got no room
at all.
This kind got no room.
It would never have a room. It would never have a room.
College football season is here. Monday, it'll be NFL game week.
Yeah.
We are right up in it, Slay Dog.
That's right, man. We right here where we're supposed to be. We got family and friends stopping through. My man, old schoolmate Melissa just slid through. Melissa, you didn't even tag me on the Facebook picture. That's what the crazy part is. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's okay. Everybody know. Slide through, mess with us, man. We right here at Scoreboard. Friday. You hear that?
Yeah, it's hot too.
Yes, that's how you get fried. Hey, have you ever had a cold fried food? That's why they got us up here.
Need some cold beer.
We're getting rotisserie right now.
You got your towel out, your sweat towel out.
I am, man. I feel like a pastor up here. Pastor Slay, man. I'm up here operating.
I know. When is that going to happen? We've been talking about that for 2 years.
I know, man. I think that fell through. The devil was busy. That's what I came
Is that what they told you?
I guess so.
Devil was busy. Our thanks to Hall of Fame cornerback Ronde Barber for hopping on. He is here to watch his Virginia football team get smashed. He said he was gonna pick his moments to talk trash. I said, "What do you mean?" He's like if there's a positive play, and I'm like, this was off air. I was like, so like you get like a 12-yard out route and you just start running your mouth. He's like, yeah,
you got to take him out and get him. He ain't lying. Guess what I did though? I felt bad for him, man. I knew what he had to go through. Going up here, he did a great job with Superbook.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. Let the OG 2 cigars, man. You know what I mean. Some real nice sticks too, man. So. That may soothe.
I was wondering where those came from. Your car, I guess?
Yeah, so I actually just ordered some. And I just so happened to go pick them up before coming here. And they're some bad boys too, boy. I'm telling you right now. They'll let you know I really mess with Ronde, man, because I don't just get them cigars away like that. Come on. That's Liga Privada 10th anniversary right
Liga
there,
Privada.
Yeah, man. Look at that. Look at them. I'm going to open that thing, go for you. Look at them bad boy, man. Come with a little note in there and everything. You hear me?
Wow.
Serious.
I mean, the packaging's expensive.
Come on now. That's what I'm trying to tell you,
It's its own humidor.
Some good stuff.
I bet it smells good in that thing.
It does. Smell it.
Keith Bullock, we appreciate him hopping on.
Bully.
Mark Mariani with his blood in the water pick, which, by the way, I disagree with. South Carolina plus 2.5. Sorry, Mark. Going against you, bro. I'm going against the week 1 blood in the water pick.
Hey, you said it.
I just like North Carolina in that game, man.
Yeah. You know
with
what?
or without the receiver.
You know what, though?
Tez.
Yeah.
He's good.
Serious?
Serious.
I got to check him out. I know Mark ain't going to leave me wrong down that road, so it'll be interesting.
No, that is the big question mark in that game, whether or not he's going to play.
Operating with Drake May.
Yep.
You got an NFL-style receiver, NFL-style quarterback.
People I talk to think that North Carolina's going to go in there and just pound the rock at South Carolina. That South Carolina can't do anything about it.
Okay. I'll catch them off guard.
That's why I might look at the under 64.5 also.
I'm with it.
Danny Kanell popped on, former Florida State quarterback.
Yeah, man. I always give them good breakdowns, good overall breakdowns.
So I heard some analysis on this game from the Bet the Board podcast. Mm-hmm. And Payne Insider and Brad Powers were talking about your boy Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And so the key to him is get him off his first read. If he gets off his first read, he either freaks out or runs. Yeah. And so Florida State's got a defense. Like I know people have been sleeping on them, but Jared Verse, the defensive end, is an incredible football player.
Yeah.
Maybe the first defensive player taken, in addition to the quarterback.
So they got two freshmen that had to play last year playing tackle for LSU. I know they got to be hoping that they took some steps forward and can hold with protection, because if they can't, I think that was one of the problems last year. Daniels was unsure about the blocking, and then automatically instincts kicked in. The guy's a runner. Like, it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, right? Like, see his spot, that spot not open, automatically run. Like, that was it. So I think they broke that a little bit, told them to start protecting and trusting your line, and you got to see the effects of that in that Alabama game. Does that carry over to this season, though? That's a whole new season.
So the other thing that Bet the Board guys were talking about was Harold Perkins, the incredible linebacker for LSU. And Brian Kelly saying that they're going to move him around this year, and their question is why? See ball, hit ball. Don't give the guy more to think about.
True.
And I thought that's an interesting point, because initially you think, okay, you don't really know where he's coming from. That makes it difficult, but which is probably true. But their point's an interesting one. Like, let him play his position, and that's what he was doing last year. He was running the football.
I agree with that. I do see the change happening, though, because this is one thing I knew as well. When Big John was playing defensive end, it was easier to, even though he was going to track you down, it was easier to run away from him than run at him if he would have been playing defensive tackle. That's why I think he was so dominant when he got to the University of Tennessee. Perkins, if he lives up and the trajectory keeps going up, he has the opportunity to play kind of like Michael Parsons. You know what I'm saying? When Michael was at Penn State and was able to move around a little bit. So that's why I can understand them moving him around instead of keeping him right there at that one spot.
Right. You know? But I'm going to be interested to see
how it works out.
How that works out.
Yeah, ain't no question. Ain't no question. Yeah, I'm not saying either one is wrong, but
No, but if he can figure it out, like that dude, you just start moving him around, that's going to be a problem.
Right.
He already is a problem.
Yeah, every bit
Let's
of
go to the phones. Johnny the Poet in
right.
Hendersonville, Zeph. Let's get Johnny the Poet in here next on 104.5 The Zone.
Hello, 3HL. Do you guys
What up,
recall
Johnny?
at the last of the football season last year, the Horned Frogs lost the game? Rather definitively, do y'all recall that call when I fell on my sword and was humble and all that? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We do remember that.
Okay.
You definitely did that, yes.
Well, true story, one sentence. We had a travel baseball tournament down in Atlanta about 3 weeks ago, Brent. And Dion and Nick were doing an Aflac commercial. And my son was up on our balcony. He's like, hey, primetime. And he looked up and he was like, hey, man, what's up? Coolest thing, celebrity ever. Like that guy. However, I am so sorry, Mr. Deion Sanders. Tomorrow, it's the opening day of season. We are going to take care of business. My friends, 48 points. TCU by. Let's go. TCU over Colorado. Let's go!
All right.
Wow, he just sang his way out.
He's still going.
Johnny the Poet, big TCU
He's still
fan.
going. Still playing the piano.
TCU and Colorado going at it on Saturday on Fox. Colorado's first two games are on Fox, actually.
Yeah.
They play Texas the next week as well. I don't know what to think about that game because he's flipped that entire roster.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders has.
They said that since the end of the season, or since spring, they had 55 new players come in. That's crazy. I mean, that's what you got to do to lay down your culture and your foundation. So, one thing about it, Danny Kanell said it, man. He's good for football. Good for college football.
Oh,
man.
he is for sure.
Like,
and I mean, who's not going to be paying attention to that game?
I am. I'm
and that's
betting on it.
That's a 1-win Colorado team last year,
right?
And a 3-win over/under win total for this season.
Yeah.
And they're getting attention. which is what he wants. Let's go next to Jarrett in Smyrna. Zeph, Jarrett, what's up?
What's up, 3HL people?
What do you know, man?
What's that?
Mayor Slay, I'm going to trash talk, and I'm going to trash talk, and it's not really on the morning show, Ramon, Kayla, and Will, but they were talking about it, so I'm going to kind of talk trash about Florida State. This is a revenge game for LSU. Realize that Florida and Louisiana are pretty close next to each other, and those LSU fans will travel.
Oh man, Jarrett, you're breaking up on us. Zeph, see if you can clean up his line. I want to get that trash talk going.
You got some Tiger fans in here too, man, and little Bayou Tigers looking for it.
Listen, LSU fans will find their way into most any building.
They will. Tigers, just
and they will be there in effect, and it's going to be maybe the game of the weekend.
Yeah.
And listen, man, Jaden Daniels is the kind of athlete that could get hot and take over.
Yes, he can.
Let's go back to Jarrett. Jarrett, you back with us, man? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here, y'all. So I was going to say, it's a revenge game. Them fans are going to travel. I guarantee you it's going to be 50-50 in that stadium. Once again, revenge game from last year. We were the winners of the West last year in the SEC. We got smoked by Tennessee, but you know what? This is a new year, new program, new head coach, This is the second year. He's going to have that offense going. I think they whacked Florida State tomorrow. It's not even funny, y'all.
I love it, Jarrett. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. There you go.
Yes,
LSU
sir. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.
Yep. Love you, bro. LSU got bringing it.
It's supposed to bring it. That's the beginning of the season.
Would you rather open up with a game like that or open up with like McNeese State or something?
Give me if it's possible to give me a game like that. Let's get in. Let's get feet first, head first. Let's go. Dive in. I want it.
You want to talk Tennessee, Virginia when we come back?
Yes.
With a former Vol?
Yes.
With Tennessee's all-time leading receiver?
Come on, man.
Joey Kent next on 3HL, broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Get in here, get registered to win 2 sweet tickets to the Tennessee-Virginia game. All the food and drink are in there. We're going to draw the name at right around, before we go off the air, before 6. Somewhere in there. All right, so come on in here, have a cold beer. We'll be right back.
What's happening, man? Listen, I got it for you. The time has arrived. Let's get this parlay going. So, since we're going into the weekend, you got to understand, I got some parlays, and for tonight, for Saturday, and for Sunday. Here we go. Let's go and get this parlay for tonight, for Friday night, man. We're going Louisville at Georgia Tech. I'm taking Louisville minus 7.5. Stanford at Hawaii. I'm taking Hawaii plus the 3. It's a late game, so you might got to stay up. Central Michigan at Michigan State. Give me Central Michigan plus 13.5. That's for tonight. All right. Now, let's get to the weekend. The big games, the ones that's on the docket. SEC. Virginia at Tennessee. Give me Tennessee minus 28. LSU at Florida State. Give me Florida State plus 2.5. Carolina versus South Carolina. Give me Carolina minus 2.5. That's that. Now, overall for the weekend, I put this one together, y'all. Y'all got to roll with it. I'm telling you. ECU plus 36.5. UTSA minus 1.5. Nevada plus 38. Tennessee minus 16.5 first half. TCU minus 20.5. Here it is. ECU plus 36.5. UTSA minus 1.5. Nevada plus 38. Tennessee first half minus 16.5. TCU minus 20.5. That is the Superbook parlay, man. You know the motto. Book it.
3HL 104.5, The Zone, broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. You know what I'm doing, Slay Dog?
What you doing, Euro?
Rolling into my parlay on Superbook.
Hey, you sound like you want some winners. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, I mean, you gave me a ton of information, so it's going to take me a minute to get through all this, but I'm going to do it.
It's a lot, man, but you're going to win.
Obviously, Tennessee, Virginia coming up. We're giving away sweet tickets, food and drink included, right here at Scoreboard Bar and Grill in Opryland, the original location.
That's right.
And all you have to do is come out here to this outdoor porch, find Bop or Bop's table.
Yep.
QR code, get registered. We're going to give away the tickets right before the end of the show. We're broadcasting live until 6. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Don Davenport down in New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans.
In advance of South Alabama at Tulane. So you can check her out on ESPN tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Next time we hit the air on Monday, it'll be NFL game week.
Man, really time to get to it. Then there won't be no more holding back. Nobody watching, everybody active.
Titans at Saints.
Yep.
3.5. It's been bouncing around. Titans an underdog in the opener.
I'm going Titans money line on
They're
that.
They're gonna go down there and run roughshod over that.
Man.
Over that. What'd you call her? The witch lady?
Yeah.
The voodoo lady.
Voodoo lady. Yeah. Voodoo
That's what's
lady.
gonna happen. Tennessee, Virginia here in Nashville. 27.5 the line. Tennessee a big favorite over Virginia. Again, they have a transfer cornerback from Monmouth, and Ronde Barber was quick to point out, yeah, he's from Monmouth. I get it, but he was a 2-time player of the year in their conference. So they're going to try to run the ball. If Tennessee is able to shut the run down, then Monmouth man is going to have to sling it down the field. I think Tennessee's going to win easily. I'm not messing with the 27.5. You are?
I definitely am. I dove into it.
Wait, I say that, but maybe I did. Former Tennessee wide receiver and VFL. As a matter of fact, the all-time leader in receptions at the University of Tennessee. Joey Kent joins us now. JK, what's up? How are you?
What's going on, guys? We got high school football tonight. Balls are in town. College football is going to be on my TV all weekend. This is a great weekend, guys.
How much fun do you have as a dad watching your kid play high school football?
It's fun, but it's nerve-wracking, too. I mean, you've gone through this, Brent. It's fun to watch him compete, right, and develop. But you want him to do so well, and you're watching every single play. You're watching all of his movements, and it's exciting to see him develop and get confidence, and hopefully it'll help the team tonight.
Gotta love that, man. You catch yourself anytime up at JK running routes for him, like, no, I'm not dig.
Yes, I do. And we have the dad-son conversation after the game. Y'all know, that you kind of have to run through all the plays, the good, the bad. I try to lead with the positive, but there's always something that you can talk about, man. And I think I've gotten better at leading with the positive instead of kind of leading with the negative. And but that's what it's all about, just watching your kids compete and, seeing them have fun, and we'll see where this takes them.
Well, and it's interesting hearing y'all talk about that because obviously you had the speed at Tennessee for sure, but, man, you were such a good route runner. I could totally see what you guys are saying. Like, maybe if you come out of your break like this, oh, man, I know that happens.
Yeah, I think sometimes he dreads the conversation because I can see the small details. Like, I know what happened in the play, and I know if he did, like if he tried to step on the cornerback's toes or if he didn't do that. So we can talk in that detail because I've been talking to that in that detail ever since he was little. Like, we can talk. I can talk football to him. He understands that I understand the game really well. And, it took him a little while to kind of, because I'm still his dad, and you know how kids are sometimes, man. They don't, even all the things that I've accomplished, he's looking at me like, man, that was 30 years ago.
Hey, maybe Slay will come up there and teach him how to run a go route or something. Slay's fade.
He might listen to me.
Yeah, he might
listen to me, knowing the dad is who did it.
Right.
Hey.
But football is football, man. Technique is technique, and if you have good technique, it stands the test of time.
I love it. How pumped up are you that we are, let's see, Slay, where are we? We are 17 and a half hours until kickoff. How pumped are you?
Man, I'm excited. I got a chance to see, go up to practice a couple of times during training camp and just see them work, man. And the intensity was there. The energy was there. They're able to teach football instead of having to coach energy. and that wasn't always like that over the last 6, 7, 8 years with previous staff, man. And you're seeing they're not Georgia, Alabama big, but they're getting there, with the athleticism and just the big guys. And, the old joke Coach Swarmer said when he went out to practice one time and said, "Where are the big guys?" Like, we have big guys now, right? But we're close, man, because the recruiting is, it's been stellar over the last couple of years, and they're getting dudes now versus just trying to fill in areas of play.
That's what you got to have, man. How impressed were you with this lineup that they got up there when you talk about rebooting and just reloading your wide receiver court, knowing that you lost Velus Jones the year before, then Cedric Tillman, and then Jalen Hyde, like starting to get back to your era, the path that was set before you, and you helped carry on and then pass along. Now it's getting back to that where you got wide receivers in there day in and day out, and guys they vying for jockeying for passes, for touchdown receptions, and still continue to hold the room together.
Yeah, so you're right, man. It when I was playing, it was all about accountability, and it started at the top. I was playing behind Corey Flynn, and when he decided to come out of the game because he had that levity, the expectation level was the same, right? And if I didn't do the right thing, he would be the first person to tell me, not the coaches. And so you played on teams where accountability is if you have that accountability from your players, that's the best teams. And the good thing about it, man, I got a chance to kind of hang out with the group of the receivers last time I was up there, and they really enjoy each other. I think that's a key element to teams. Successful teams compete, they hold each other accountable, but they like each other. You know what I mean? Like, they really pull for each other, even though they're competing for some of the same roles, man. So I was really impressed with that. I was really impressed with Joe Milton, the way he led that team. Like, the guys just gravitate to him. I talked to him for a little while, and I can tell, man, he is obviously QB1, and he holds that air. Good quarterbacks, you can just tell who QB1 is because of the way the guys gravitate to him, and he looks sharp, sighted. Obviously the biggest question, he can throw you into the stands. He's done that a couple times. We've seen him literally throw guys into the stands, right? Right. but the biggest thing now is to build on the Clemson performance, so where he hits that 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12 to keep the drives going, because obviously that's the key to Tennessee's offense.
Joey Kent with us on 3HL. Joey, when you were at Tennessee, how excited did you get for openers, and how did you kind of have to manage the mental aspect of such a long off season and grueling fall camp, and then it's finally there?
Yeah, just excitement. I mean, obviously there's nervousness there because during that time we were expected to win, right? So whether we were playing Washington State, we opened up with Washington State one year when they were really good on defense, and just the nerves are there, but the excitement is there too, because you have a good team. You have the ability to win all your games, right? You have the ability to do it, just like Tennessee does this year. Obviously you have Alabama and Georgia on the schedule, South Carolina, Texas A&M, but they have the ability to win them all. Are they going to do that? I doubt it, but they have the ability to do it, and they have the talent to do it. So that's the exciting part about now at Tennessee football versus 8 years ago, 5 years ago. You have to say, if they do this and if the other team doesn't do that, all that good stuff to convince yourself that Tennessee is going to win this week. Got to be a punt return or a fumble or
right.
all that stuff to kind of convince yourself that we have a shot. But now we legitimately have a shot every game because of how many points you put up on the board. If we put, I know with the time changes now, the points maybe not be the same, and probably going to take a small step back because Hendon was so good and so consistent and didn't turn the ball over last year. But we're still going to score points, and if you score 35, 38 points a game, man, in college football, 42 points a game, man, you got a shot to win them. You got a shot to win them all. So obviously that's the goal. We'll see what we have tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock.
So you can speak to this also because it's similarities when you got all these weapons at receiver and you start to hit a moniker, wide receiver U. How important is this running game to what the guys on the outside will be able to do? Because you guys reflected that as well in your time now. The running game was just as important.
Man, people talk about, wide receiver U and the times when Peyton was there and all that good stuff, but forget about, the little man, the Aaron, the Jay Grahams, the Charlie Garners, and then Jamal and then Travis. People forget how good they were, and we had a really balanced offense, and we can throw it around with 5 wides, or we can run it down your throat. And this Tennessee offense, man, people just think that its offense goes with the passing game, which to a sense it does, but. Man, we were ranked pretty high in the SEC in the run game, man. People don't really realize that, and you have to get positive yards on first down. And I know that's cliche, and I know it's like everybody knows that. That's everybody's goal, but that's really key to Tennessee's offense, man. You have to get positive yards, and we have talented backs, man. We do with Small and Wright. We have a freshman up there that his body, man. I was surprised he was a freshman, man, and we have some talent. We have some talent at back and the backfield, so that's going to be key for the success for the Vols.
You mentioned something interesting, and you went back to the early to mid '90s, but you mentioned Charlie Garner, and that made me think about Josh Heupel and where he is with this program, where if he continues to have successful seasons. It's going to happen quickly where he's going to recruit players that are better than already good and productive players. I don't know if people remember, but Charlie Garner comes in as a junior college transfer, and immediately that's all we're hearing about on the practice field. And what's funny about that, and you were there, but maybe people that don't, Aaron Hayden and James Littleman Stewart were productive guys. And here comes Charlie Garner, who averaged more than 7 yards per carry as an SEC running back. Just crazy. But that makes me think, how close to that is Heupel?
Man, quick story on Charlie, if you don't mind, man. The first time I saw him carry the ball, he was late for practice because he couldn't get his uniform. His uniform his pants are too big and his shoulder pads are too big. We were like, who is this guy? We know he's good. And so, obviously, he had to start on scout team. And so he was going against the first-team defense, just a pitch, right? And I was standing beside Aaron and Littleman at the time. Had a pitch. We're in the red zone. He scores, right? And so this is a defensive drill. This is a defensive period. Coach Davis said, run the play again. Did the same thing, scored back-to-back, even though the defense knew the play. They said, run the play. I tapped Aaron, I tapped Littleman. I was like, hey, man, y'all in trouble.
They got some breaking for you.
I said, that's when I knew he was special, man. If you don't understand how good Charlie was, just go back and look at Tennessee. Go back when he was playing at the Raiders when he was healthy. Yeah. Gosh, man, he was talented. And I don't know if we have a back like that at Tennessee right now. But if you keep winning, and guys can see that they can play on the next level in that offense, you're going to attract some big-time backs.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking about, because you mentioned, Jabari Small and Jalen Wright combined for more than 1,500 yards last year, but we're all anxious to see Cam Seldon, and different situation. He's a freshman. Charlie was a junior college transfer, so he had a little more age to him. But yeah, it's funny, man. Chillin' Chuck back in the day, he had that spin move, Joey Kent, where
oh my goodness,
he would come out of the spin move and be running just as fast as he was when he went in it.
Yeah, he was special. Like I said, we don't have that. We might not even have the talent of little man and Aaron, man, on the field right now. But we're close. We're close, man. And Seldon is the guy, I couldn't remember his name, but he has the body. He's not Jamal Lewis, right? I don't know how talented he is, but he has the body. You remember when Jamal first got there at Tennessee? I think Jamal could have stepped from high school to the league the way his body was built as a freshman. He was just that built and strong, and his mindset was different. I'm not saying this guy is that, but his body is similar to that. 'Cause I was really surprised he was a freshman. The way I just couldn't imagine what he did on the high school field last year. You know, against a 5'9", 160-pound corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's 6'2", 220. For those that don't know,
with some burst.
Cam Selden. No, I remember watching the first time I saw Jamal Lewis was in that Florida Georgia All-Star game, high school All-Star game, and he went crazy. And then Tennessee people were like, man, that dude's starting from day one, and they go down to Florida. And the thought was he was going to start down there, but Philip Fulmer, I guess, was worried about pass protection, so he started Mark Levine, who was from Skyline High School in Dallas, and he was 5'9". And then Jamal's first start, I think, was against Ole Miss or Georgia, and he went for over 200 yards in his first start.
He was special, man. He was special back, man. And we've had a lot of special backs, just athletes in general there, and if Tennessee continues to win, and like you see Donnell Wright going in the first round in an offense like Tennessee, I think that's huge. You know, Hyatt and Tillman having success on the next level, that's going to be huge for the wideouts, man. So it'll show that even though we're in an offense where people think it's gimmicky, those guys still have to get open. I know some of them are schemed up, but they still have to have the ability to get open and catch the rock. And if those guys have success in the league, man, the sky's the limit for the type of talent. Because who wouldn't want? Like, if you're a receiver, man, I know that the rotation is tight. They only go 4 or 5 deep, depending on the game. But if you're a receiver and you have the talent, you have the confidence to go up there and play, why wouldn't you want to play an offense like that, man? It's a no brainer. And then you have the opportunity to get drafted and have success on the next level, man. For me, that would be an easy sell. Sign me up.
Absolutely. Joey Kent, at Joey Kent on Twitter, 3 The Pro Way Podcast. And Joey, tell everybody about that legendaryplay.com. What are people going to see when they go there?
Yeah, just legendary college, NFL, basketball, baseball. They're 18 by 24 prints. They're just diagrammed X's and O's. It was a concept that my business partner and I, Todd Calhoun, kind of thought about it. We launched in 2000. We're excited. We have T-shirts now and glassware. So, yeah, just check it out on that legendaryplay.com. I appreciate you appreciate you mentioning that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good to see you and both you guys the other night. And,
we ran into each other at Perry's the other night.
I saw that glass. I'm gonna have to give me one of them glasses, man. I need that.
Say less, nice. Man. Just text me, Slay. I'll send both you guys some.
My man,
JK, make him pay for this, man. He can afford it.
No, that's my. I know Slay's making that SEC money now, but that's my guy.
Slay is rolling. All right, JK. Hey, always good to hear from you, man. Have a great weekend, brother.
All right, yeah, I appreciate y'all.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I ran into JK the other day, and I saw him at the other end of the bar, and I sent a drink for him and Ty over there. And then after they finished that one, they sent us one. I'm like, boy, if we keep doing this.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you something else, too, yo. I know we got to go to break, but that's the one thing, too, man. The OG vets like that, you know what I'm saying, being able to come back and be able to bridge that gap and talk to these young fellas, man, it's nothing in the world. Because they did that with us. Yeah. And it made us feel comfortable to do it with the next generation. So it's gonna leak down, man.
And it hasn't been that way in the last however long. And Hypo has really embraced the old heads. And it's funny because, like, Dante Stallworth said the same thing. Yep. I was at practice talking with Joe and all these guys, and Joey just said the same thing. Really cool what's happening up there. 3HL presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, springhillac.com. The F&M Bank Chat is open. YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. Thank you. And you still have a little time to register for Tennessee, Virginia Sweet Tickets. We're going to pull the name in the next segment. So if you can get here at Scoreboard, get here. There's a big crowd waiting to see who wins, and we'll do that when we come back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Slay Dog?
What's happening, baby? It's
Tennessee,
Fred.
Virginia coming up.
Day. That's right.
Tennessee, Virginia coming up. North Carolina, South Carolina. Really the only big conference game between conference people.
Yeah. I know
well, they're not really conference people, but you know what I mean.
Some
little
people.
Rivalry game.
There's a little people.
What else we got? I'm kind of interested in Penn State and West Virginia. I want to see how good Penn State is.
Yep.
West Virginia not very good.
I want to see TCU in Colorado. I'm interested to see that. And like everybody's like Danny Kanell made a great point. Like this team was in the championship game last year, and everybody's just kind of home, went along and picked everybody else. So I want to see if they come out and make a statement against Colorado. What better stage than all of this on the grand stage when they're playing Coach Prime?
Yeah, TCU replacing a lot of people, as you mentioned, and all the attention on Coach Prime and his son playing quarterback for sure.
Right.
All right, we've been giving people an opportunity to win 2 sweet tickets to the Tennessee-Virginia game. Food and drink included.
Food and drink included?
Listen, man, we're going to be at Scoreboard every Friday. We're going to have, fun things for y'all to partake in each and every Friday.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good one.
I got the name. I already got the name.
You've got the name.
Yes.
All right, Slay has the name of the winner.
The name of the winner.
Everybody in the building. I know it's hard to hear in here, but we are ready to announce who will win the 2 tickets to the Sweet Tennessee, Virginia. And if it's not you, it's Ron Slay's fault.
Should I do it like charades?
What do you mean?
2 words. First word.
Rhymes
3
with.
letters. Rhymes
3
with,
letters?
Rhymes with.
I know the name.
Rhymes with Bond.
Bro, you literally, every bit of momentum we just had, you destroyed.
Did Don Davenport win the tickets?
Last name rhymes with Clay.
Don Clay?
No, it's not me, everybody. Okay, I had my name. I wrote my name down, everybody, but I'm gonna read the real name.
Oh, right. Ron Slay won the tickets.
Yes,
I didn't even get it.
I want to be in the suite.
This is where I am.
You
it's
literally
so hot
confused everybody listening and everybody in the building.
I'm covered in sweat, bro. I'm losing.
Yes, I made it.
I'm dehydrated. I can't think.
All right, here we go.
I'm glad you're pulling the winner.
Here it is, man.
All right, who you got?
The winner is going to Tennessee and Virginia. 2 sweet tickets, fully loaded bar food too. Don't worry about the bar food. Get the drinks. That's what I want you to do. Get the drinks. I may make an appearance in there. Donna Miller, you are going to the game tomorrow, baby. Let's roll.
Oh,
Rocket Top.
Look, there's a loving embrace.
Hey.
Donna Miller.
Donna Miller.
She's got her Tennessee T-shirt on. And I'm assuming that's her husband next to her that gave her the big hug. He's got his Tennessee golf shirt on. A big high five with Eggy Pop.
We can sell these tickets on the black market, too, if you want to. We can sell these tickets. I'm just saying. You want to make a little change? Give them to me.
Give them to the voodoo lady? Put it in the pot.
We'll make something happen.
Hey, thanks for all y'all coming out here and partaking in the show and registering to win and all those things.
Out here every Friday?
Every Friday.
Okay. Football season has arrived, baby.
Every Thursday, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes, we are.
Which starts next Thursday.
Ooh, going to Hendersonville first.
Yeah, we Hendersonville first. It's Hendersonville. Then we're going to Mount Juliet the next week, and then Clarksville the week after that.
Clarks Vegas.
Well, we're going to get a bus for this one, y'all.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Oh, we need like a Madden Cruiser.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
3HL
do.
Buffalo Wild Wing Cruiser.
That's what we do.
And then we need a Scoreboard Cruiser.
Yes, we do.
We need 2 cruisers.
Who's driving?
You.
I'm fried. That's what I'm going to be.
I'm the only sober one on this.
That's right. The DH.
I'm the DD.
Driving.
The DD. I said the DH.
Are you saying that
I've been the DH before, too.
Are you saying that these Thursday and Friday shows would be fried?
Hey,
it'd be the fried tour?
Every bit of it. Every bit of sell that.
3HL fried tour.
Sell that. That's a good time.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, last thoughts. Joe Milton going to have a big day tomorrow?
Man, I expect Joe Milton to come out, and I know everybody said the running game is what's going to set the tone. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think they believe in Joe Milton. All we keep hearing is how everybody rallies around him. He got the pulse of the team. He knows what it takes. I think they coming out the gate slinging that rock. I think they throwing down the field. First 4 plays are all passes. They're going to score on the second one, though, so they're going to have to come back out after getting the turnover and throw it 2 more times and score again. Rocket Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Rocket Top. Yes, sir. That's how I feel.
All right, can I throw this in there?
Okay, go.
Jalen Wright for more than 100 yards.
I like that.
Jalen Wright more than 100 yards.
What's the longest one he gonna break? Because he gonna break one.
57.
I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all.
Throw crap out there.
No. That's it's gonna stick,
man.
It's gonna stick.
Davenport not with us on a Friday, and we're in a bar.
Yeah,
every
you know
Friday.
God help me.
You know
what time are we? What time are we out, Huck?
Now.
Oh,
now.
What's coming up next, Huck?
Cheers to
that
the
would
weekend,
be the.
baby! Okay, my bad.
3XL After Party. Brought to you by Awaken 180, and then we have Centennial and Independence coming up at 6:45.
Followed by Joe Hunk's post-game coverage. So if you're at high school football, listen to the Zone and Joe Hunk. Hey, thanks for all y'all coming out here. Thanks to the Scoreboard. We'll be out here every Friday. Later. Good night. God bless. Have a great weekend.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya, but you ain't.